What's going on, everybody? It's Godlike Saturday evening with the crew. We got one more here. Let me see. With the crew. So welcome everyone. Thanks for getting on. And I feel like this was like just a few hours ago that we kind of announced everything. So thanks for everyone joining us and getting on. I feel like again like last minute. So we got a full house tonight. So it's gonna have a lot. We have a lot to go over, a lot to talk about. A lot of things have been happening in the community. So I'm really excited to kind of dig in deep, and I will be looking for some advice tonight as well, because I feel like there's changes coming, and we've actually got funds to kind of fund what we're doing. So it's going to be great. Okay, so first and foremost, Marcos, how's it going, man? Thanks for getting on.
No, man, thanks for inviting me. Everything's going good. I got the Sideshow Ivy right here. I just opened it up today, so that's news. Came in, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I want to. Okay.
And yeah, everything else is going good, man. Trying to stay away from pre-orders, that's for sure.
Well, right now there's so many things that are enticing, right? And
Yep.
there's studios are announcing stuff left and right. I feel like right now we had a bit of a dry spell, but now there's some great pieces being shown.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm pretty tempted by a few of them right now. We'll talk
really
about
started
that.
with Wonderfest, man. Like fuck.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, people put out some great pictures. We're going to go over that tonight. Just kind of talk about it a little bit. Melvin, what's going on, brother? Thanks for being here. Look at that amazing display in the back. I mean, just an awesome setup, man. So, how's it going?
It's all good. Nothing much. Thanks for having me. I just love to see these great pieces from Wonderfest. So,
yeah. We're going to go over that. There was a lot to look at, and seeing some of these pieces that have been shown and like rendered and pictured, and kind of like not in person, but from people's pictures, it's starting to really come together. I was very, very impressed with some of these, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And of course, the Midnight Collector, the one and only, the man that will be there at the drop of the hat, unless he has a migraine. Lane Kramer, everybody. Thanks for getting on, Lane.
Yeah, and even then, for you, Jimmy, I might at least give you a 30-minute window.
Right here.
You and Jason, I'll give like a 30-minute window where, unless I look like I'm about like to go, I might say, But hey, it's so awesome. Thanks for the invite tonight. I think this is actually my first time actually streaming with like Marcos and Melvin, and
okay,
I think this is my first time actually meeting Mr. Allen. But it is a pleasure, sure. It's been pretty good. I haven't had anything come in for a while. I'm starting to get that itchy twitch, that collector twitchy figure where you haven't had anything arrive for a little bit, but stuff is, even if stuff where you almost want to hit a button. I've gotten one statue this year actually in, but I did pre-order something just on Thursday, but it's not coming till 2025. So by April 2025, so it's, I didn't even, you're like, well, you probably could have waited 6 months from now and still been waiting a year.
Yep. Yeah.
But I'll talk about that a little bit when we're discussing stuff later.
Yeah. Hold on to those because we're definitely going to talk about all those. I know Alan Kiefer's having issues with his mic, and that's okay. When he gets it fixed, I'm sure he'll jump on. And we have another guest coming on too, and then maybe one more as well. So we have a full house tonight, and I'm so glad everybody's here. This is the highlight of my week right here because it's been a very, very challenging week. And to sit and talk.
It's tough being Mr. Popular, Mr. Jimmy.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Yeah, right. It's more of like there's just a lot of work to do. But I'm glad everybody's here with me, and I got my team here, so it's going to be great. So, man, first and foremost, Marcos, I know you got the Poison Ivy, so I want to ask. How is it?
It's good, man. I like it. There's 2 issues, not big. I already messaged Sideshow about it. So the portrait, it comes in, it's one piece, the whole body, the portrait, and the red hair, it kind of marked up the body a little bit, so that's like a random red mark. So it's not a big deal. And then one piece of one piece on the side, the peg doesn't go all the way in. Like I said, I'm not asking for a refund or anything. I just I'd say, hey, is there anything you can do about it?
Sure.
Yeah, if they don't do anything, it's fine. I'm not tripping. But overall, the statue, is great. It's a great Ivy. It's something like because it's a very Batman animated series. Like like I guess you could say
Very classic Ivy look
yeah,
to it.
and that's like the look I like.
Is that the human the human skin?
Yes,
Oh,
I
okay,
understand a green skin Ivy. I don't know. I don't understand that. Like the thought process on it. I just don't like it. But yes, it's a human skin, like normal skin. It's awesome though. I like it. She's not like my favorite villain or anything, but I do like the Beast, and I'm trying to collect all the villains as much as I can. So
yeah, I know you like the villains a lot, and I mean you like DC in general. But I was thinking the other day about I don't know why I was thinking about your collection the other day, and I was thinking, you know what? He has mainly DC stuff and anime stuff. It's not really Marvel.
No,
it's mainly DC stuff. So
the only Marvel stuff I have is the Deadpool, like my whole Deadpool area.
Okay, that's right. Yeah,
that's it. But I want to get a Wolverine. I do because he's one of my favorite too.
Yeah,
like, there's obviously like Iron Man. Like dude, like there's so many pieces of more. I'm like, oh, I want that. But like I got because there's even more anime pieces I want more too. So I'm like, fuck, dude. It's just,
there's so many.
Want everything. That's all it is.
Embarrassment of riches that you drown in. But
yeah, exactly.
I would tell you. I think if I were Marcos, it's not his iconic look. But if you're thinking about doing a Wolverine piece, I just think from having seen it, this looks like it would maybe be going to end up being one of the coolest Wolverine pieces ever done. That XM Uncanny X-Force with like the switch out faces up. I think that is going to be one of the coolest Wolverines. Probably we're talking several. Yeah, several years from now. If you're thinking, I know it's a little bit more expensive, especially for a quarter scale, but I would tell you if you're thinking about one like Wolverine, I know it's not his iconic look. That would be one to think about if you can float it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's like I've thought about it because I want a Deadpool X-Force. I do want that. I'm like, dude, I could get like Wolverine X-Force. I thought about everything like that. So Colossus, Domino. I've thought about having a whole little line of that, but I just got to prioritize, obviously.
What's up, Freddie?
What up, Fred?
What's going on, Freddie?
What up, everyone? Lane, it's good.
So let me. I want to give a shout out to the chat before we start. So my man, Sexy Lamb, is in the house. I appreciate you being here, man. And of course, Squad Captain, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in and joining with us. Melvin doing double duties over here. Check him out over here. Yeah, and you know what? We're going to talk about some customs here, Wolf, in just a minute. I've got a few things I want to address today, and that's part of it. My man Dennis, Dennis is awesome, man. If you haven't met Dennis and talked with him, just an amazing dude and willing to help you with anything. So if I need something, man, I always go to Dennis. He's a real cool dude, and he's got some good advice too. I really appreciate him very much, actually. Mutant Corpse was good, man. Thanks for getting on. I appreciate it. Freddie, my man, I know you're just getting on. How you doing? Okay, how you doing, man? Doing all right?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I've been having mic troubles.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I know. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Thanks.
Freddie, how you doing, man? You doing all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Doing great, man. What's up, everybody? I'm actually I feel so I had gotten a shipment in this week, and I was super excited. I didn't even know what was coming in because I heard I was going to be on the next shipment up. I shared it with some people from within the community. I had gotten my Catwoman on Batpod, the 1/6, and I was so excited to get it, and I was caught off guard because what I was told was you're not, which I'm not complaining at all, but just sharing the story. I was told it was gonna be our next shipment. I was told this like last week or a week and a half ago. So to my surprise, the doorbell rings, which it rings all the time because we always get packages in the house, Amazon deliveries, groceries, stuff like that, right? My wife gets stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I'm at work because I'm working in my home office that day, and my wife goes, "There's a package at the door." So I was like, "Okay." So I'm not. She always says like, "There's a package at the door." Sometimes she wants me to get it, sometimes not. But I heard her stomping around, so it's like she's like, "It's for you." I was like, "What?" I was like, "I got a package." I'm like, "I don't remember ordering anything." So I leave my desk, take my headset off. I go down to the door, check it out. She's like, it's a big package too. I'm not lifting it up. So I was like, all right. So I go down there, and I'm just like, oh, gosh, man, why should I be here?
Did you flex your biceps right before you said you nodded your head like Hulk Hogan it?
Yeah, well, for her it was a big package. For me, it wasn't. It's not that big of a box. It is a decent sized box, but I'm like, I'll go down there and because she had already went into her office, went and shut the door. So I go downstairs and I look. I'm just like, it was sitting on the front area right by the door, and I look at it. I'm just like, and then I look on the side. There's this cat one on that pot. I'm like, dang, because what I try to do, I always try to make sure if I know it's coming. That I'm around and I'm inching, so when the doorbell rings, I'm like, no, I got it, babe. Don't worry about it. Staying off. You don't gotta go anywhere. But so I got it, and then I was like, I take it, I put it in my garage, and then I come up the steps, and I was like, oh man, I don't remember. I didn't order anything recently. This must have been from like ages ago. She's like, sometimes she gives you the third degree. Sometimes she questions. Sometimes then she lets it go or whatever. But
did she check your PayPal account?
No. I mean, a lot of times she's messing with me, and there are some times where she's like, just take it easy this month. You know what I'm saying? Wait till next month. Because she does the budget, and I respect that. She balances the books. So, but like I said, sometimes she messes with me, sometimes she doesn't. But I was just like, I try my best to just intercept, because again, it's space too, right? We talk about all the time, because a lot of times she hates that. She's like, yo, you got mad boxes, you know what I mean? So it's an amalgamation of things, but I was so excited to get it, and I did not get to open it yet to inspect.
Is this the 1/6 or 1/3? I'm assuming the 1/6.
The 1/6.
Yeah. In the box. Yeah. You would be saying I rolled it into. I rolled it into my garage.
Yeah, but it was the 1/3. You would actually be in real trouble.
Yeah, because that's a crate, right? I mean,
it's got wheels, man. It's got wheels.
Yeah, if that was the case, I'd have been in trouble. It would have been a different conversation.
I still saw a little bit like $800 versus $3,200 or something like that in price.
Did anybody in the panel get the 1/3?
No.
I almost bought Batman statue collector's one, but I had the money to do it, but I was just like, I would mean throwing other stuff in the garbage, and I literally saw the box.
Yeah.
Unboxing things, saw the tires. I live on a second story apartment. I looked and went, there's no way I can fit this box. I have a better chance of fitting Maestro. Like the Maestro with the 3 boxes, because at least those are boxes someone you can carry up the stairs and then plop up, or in theory put it someplace. Fortunately, I've got 2 closets.
And good on Queen Studios, because the box came in super damaged. I'm like, I don't know what these drivers do. I don't even know if it was UPS or whatever. I'm gonna assume it's UPS, because I wasn't there when the guys came, and I was gonna ask my wife what company delivered it. So, but good on Queen Studios, because when I looked at the box, it was double box. I was shocked. I was just like, I was like, Queen Studios don't really double box from
what I ordered. Mark 1 was double box.
Yes. Okay. I was like, that's cool, because the outer box was damaged. I mean, it came ripped. It was like you could put your hand
man
through the box.
Oh, no.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And I was nervous when I saw. I was so scared. But when I looked and I saw another box that said Queen Studios, I was like, oh man, thank goodness. So because of that, I wasn't in a super rush. I just got Thursday. So I wasn't in a super rush. So all right, let me now do it. But it is the plan for what's today. But hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna inspect, and then then we schedule a live unboxing at some point in the future, hopefully.
Oh
yes, let me know.
Yeah, I'm glad that you didn't have that and then see broken pieces inside, it was both boxes had huge holes. Or we'd be seeing FBA doing sad Michael Jordan
crying Jordan. Yeah. So listen, I did want to throw this out there before I forget. Anybody that would like to do an unboxing on Godlike statues, you are more than welcome. Send me a personal message and we'll set it up. I'll even give you ways to do 2 cameras, like how I have the premium version of the StreamYard, so we can do multiple people and different streams, whatever. So we can get it all figured out. So let me know. I'd be happy to do that. It'd be awesome, actually. I'm kind of anxious to ask Alan, have you got anything
Oh boy. Yeah, almost every week.
Whoa.
new? Okay,
I got.
what did you
I
get?
have to put the brakes on.
Oh man.
Well, I guess the latest piece I got in was the Alita motor ball.
Oh, you did get that.
I thought you had
Yeah,
that.
it's behind me in the center.
Hmm.
And when I unboxed it, I about fainted. It's huge,
Wow.
way bigger than what I was anticipating.
Yeah. Did you make any new orders this week?
I kind of like did an order, then I canceled the order, then I did the order again.
Okay.
I had the 1/3 Catwoman on Batpod.
Oh my, that's huge.
Oh,
And then I started looking at my PO list. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So I contacted my guy yesterday and I said, no, you know what? I better cancel this and I'll sell the PO. So I posted in the groups of, PO for sale, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And about 10 minutes into it, I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, that's such a cool piece. So then I contacted him back again and said, no, forget what I said. I'm definitely going to take it.
Okay.
So
That's
Always
a
gotta sleep
big.
on it.
That sounds like some Jekyll and Hyde talking back to yourself quite a bit. You
Oh
might
my
be
God,
slowly
no.
doing the closer that thing's going to ship, you might be doing it more and more. So.
No, I hope not. And then the last two other pieces that I got in that I can't display yet are the Alien Queen battle diorama from
oh
Prime
wow,
One.
that's huge.
The
Oh,
Rogue?
really? Is that
Yeah,
from
the
Prime One?
Rogue. It's the Rogue Alien and the Alien Queen diorama.
Oh,
Dude,
Prime
that thing is monstrous.
man, that thing is crazy big.
Table.
It
That's how
is.
big it is. This table.
Crazy big.
Yeah, that's a prime one.
Holy
I
cow,
think
that's awesome.
Sideshow just did an unboxing video of that. I think the Queen.
Oh, really?
The Queen
being unboxed.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
And I'm having 2 new cabinets built right now. They'll be ready in January. So then I'll be able to display all the other pieces that I've been like getting in and not being able to put out.
Okay. Wow, that's gonna be something to see, man. I'm looking forward to seeing your new pieces and getting your new cabinets. I mean,
So I'll be setting up a GoFundMe page.
That's a good idea.
Help the collector spend
Help
three.
this man,
I
yes.
need $6,000 for my next to
Yeah.
pick up these next 2 statues.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We would appreciate your assistance.
Yes.
Don C in the house. What's going on, Don? So hey, listen, I'm looking forward to that. Seeing your new pieces come together with your new cabinet, and I have a new award as the Alan Kiefer Award. If you have a great display, that's what we name it as, the Alan Kiefer Award. Look at this amazing display Alan has behind him. I can't get enough of it. It's just awesome.
Well, yeah, I gotta ask, right? Yeah. I gotta ask Alan, what was your thought process, or like what made you choose those kind of styles or cabinets?
Well, it's a very traditional style, obviously, with the dark wood and the kind of like pillars with corbels and that kind of thing. But it kind of matches what I have going on in my house. Yeah. And when I did this like 13 years ago, I didn't know about statue groups. I didn't know about anything. Okay. I just did it for my own gratification.
Wow.
It worked out.
It worked
great,
out,
man. I like a lot. Sometimes I'm talking to you. I don't know if everybody on the panel or in the community does it too. I'm talking to you. Sometimes when you talk about, I'm looking at it. I'm not even looking at your face. I'm looking, and I was just like, oh wait, he's talking. Let me go back to look at it. It just looks incredible, man.
And look, I have to point out something here as well, is that when you look at his background, right, and how he has it set up, I always say to myself, Jimmy, it doesn't work when you put like an Iron Man and like, a Batman together or close to each other. That does not work. Clearly, I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Clearly, I'm wrong. If you look at his background and how he has things displayed and together, it comes together so perfectly. And I think part of it is that the way the cabinets are designed and built, it kind of goes with everything, Yeah. And it kind of like just separates each one as its own individual piece. So I know that's obvious, but when you're looking at it, it's just fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
So
you.
Again, I mean, just amazing job on that.
That's like 14 years of art school and
That's what it is.
yeah, Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. I mean, my background is a graphic
nice.
designer, an art director, creative director.
So what you're saying is when I get my new home, I'll be talking to you.
Oh yeah, I'll help you. I love spending other people's money.
Okay. He goes, that's easy. Yeah, that's easy to do. That's easy to do.
That's the easiest PhD that you can possibly get. Spend it.
There's a question for you, Alan, here, real quick. Alan, you got any high-res photos of your cabinets on Facebook?
No, I don't.
Okay. Maybe you'll do
But I
one
guess you
someday.
have to.
Someday, perhaps. When I get the other two cabinets, I might do a room tour kind of thing.
Yes, let's
That'd
do
be
that.
cool.
That'd be amazing. Well, Walton, you are correct.
Yep.
You are correct. He has some of the greatest pieces, right? So that does help. It's like when I'm looking at my collection, I'm looking at things, I'm like, man, this is so great. How can I make it better? If you have a great way of displaying things, that makes all the difference in the world. Clearly, you can see that with Alan's display here.
No, and you
Thank
talked
you.
about it before, Jimmy. Lighting helps so much. Like,
Yeah.
like, dude, it's like a huge difference. Like right now, I'm not really doing much with my stuff right now, but like,
Yeah.
literally, like I think you always bring up Aiden's stuff because it looked great when he had everything set up with the lighting, and yeah, it's a huge difference. Like obviously, Alan has great lighting with his statues right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mel's got some good lighting. You know, like it helps a lot.
Alan, you ought to look at Aiden Martinez's displays and what he set up before.
I have.
And you have. Okay,
Oh,
so
I have.
there's something about he talked to me. We talked for like hours one day, and he talked to me about what's the best way to set things up for lighting, and he even went to the effect of just going through and painting some of the light bulbs too to different colors to make it look like it's red or it's blue, whatever the case may be. I'm like, what? Like, and he kind of showed me some pictures, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I
actually have a whole collection of glass, different colors of glass to put over my LEDs.
Wow.
So I can change the lighting very easily.
Well, clearly I need to catch up here.
And it's all dimmable.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah.
Which was kind of a tough thing to do with all little. It's a mini track system. They're LED MR11s, and it's like a track light system in each cabinet. So I can take the heads and move them wherever I want.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you can kind of see them in the background, kind of how they're kind of right next to the statue, or right above it, I should say, and kind of pointing down, which looks great. So just props to you, Alan. Just a great display. So
thanks. I appreciate it.
I really love looking at that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Lane, I know you messaged me this week, and you had mentioned you ordered something. What did you order, or was that somebody else?
Well, I can safely say I was feeling pretty good. I was only at 4 pre-orders, stacked pre-orders. Now, if you're talking hot toys, I've got like 23, so I'm not doing so hot there. So I can't be like, I'm not spending as much as these guys. Ha ha ha! Oh man, I just looked at my list. My other thing, yeah. But I did finally pull the trigger on one. I've been kind of wanting to keep myself at 4 statue pre-orders. Like that's the max because I don't have very much. I still have to buy like one set of 6 foot long shelves that is going to be where most of my statues can go.
Right.
But I pulled the trigger this week on Hellbat. You unfortunately have had to listen to me talk about that one for like a year. We're waiting for that thing to get announced. But the Hellbat is one because I know where it's going to go. And I know in theory, I know it's going to go. It's because I have 2 quarter scales like right behind me in the small hall I have behind my bedroom door there.
Okay.
I've got actually the what do you call it? Justice Buster Batman. Not the Justice Buster, but I bought the Batman by itself because I loved to have the Batman look. I didn't want a quarter scale Batman. And then I have XM Catwoman pink or purple suit. I have another. They're both on the top shelf of a like IKEA book stand. I have one more there, which is had other statues on in the past. But on there, supposed to go on is I thought by now I would already have the King Batman Who Laughs from XM. Like that's been one I've been waiting. I've had that one in order for quite a while. I don't know what's going on at this point. I've tried to EMA XM and other stuff like, hey, what's happening? No one knows what's going on with that piece.
No
Probably
one
because probably because that stupid backpool base that it's got.
Oh yeah.
But it's got a lot of different pieces and stuff to it. But I plan to get him, and I think it'll fit on there. And I emphasize the think part of that statement. And then right to that one, with kind of, I thought it would fill with the hellish and darkest theme, is going to go the Hellbat. So those two, because even though they're totally separate stories, but kind of the base looking at it, and I think they would fit. But the biggest problem I faced with the Hellbat was which version was I going to get? Because there's not a huge amount of difference between just regular. It's spiky, basically for most of the armor pieces. So I was thinking though, with the bonuses, the actual Josh Nizzi, human head sculpt. Now, most of the times I can't imagine on a battlesuit armor. Why would I have that on instead of, the actual helmet piece? It's like a Mandalorian without wearing their Mando head, Mando helmet. But it was going to be like $1,400 where I was ordering it from, and I just said, nope, I'm not doing $1,400 on a quarter scale. Just not going to do it. That's like beyond what I'll spend. So I got just the bonus edition by itself. So I'm not getting it. Let's go. But waiting for stuff. Well, I would probably buy a lot more, Walton. Just to answer your question, I would probably be buying the 3rd scale Catwoman or something like that on Pathfinder.
Okay.
I had the 6th scale that FBJ got. I originally ordered back in 20. That just told me how long this took me back in 2021. Yeah. Originally when I pre-ordered it, but I ended up being able to, because I had it on Spec Fiction, but I managed to be able to transfer the pre-order to that. I was going to have it when I was told the J&D was up. They got a J&D that had been pre-ordered out for quite a while before then. So then let me switch my pre-order and pay the difference, and I switched that to J&D.
Wait, so you're J&D Catwoman? Is what you
said? So I own her.
Oh,
I own a 3rd scale Catwoman. But I really kind of want that Bat Pod. But I own the Hot Toys Bat Pod. It was like, well, I've got the 6th scale figure, even though that has made of leather, so it's going to disintegrate one day. Basically, the entire bodysuit. So I kind of been looking at Payne, Toshi. He just got the 6th scale.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, I'm waiting for you to sell that, and I'll buy it off you. He started cursing at me. Yeah, he started cursing at me after that. No. But so I don't get a whole lot, but I think I might be getting run over here soon because I have the human skin. The reason I didn't try and get the same Ivy that Marcos did, the human skin one there, that classic Ivy, which I really like, other than they said, hey, it's $250 and it went and it evaporated. I still actually am on the wait list for it, but I have the Bat Tank from Prime 1.
Oh, yeah. I want that so bad.
Nice.
Yeah. I've got that. But the place I got it from, they had a one-time 10% off use code, so I took $180 off the price because he was like $18.99. I was going to get the regular edition because I don't care about the little guy because I have a cat and he will jump up and probably eventually poke around it. Oh, wow. So I'm like, he would probably try and chomp those or something. So I was like, I don't need those. But they sold out of the regular edition. So I had to buy the collectors. But I've got that coming. That's what I'm thinking when I was talking to you. I might be that I
it's shipping now, right? I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I might be getting hit by that. And I have the human Ivy 3rd scale. And
nice.
So
nice.
So that it's not going to fit. It's not going to work exactly. But where it's going to be going, at least in the short term, is right between the 3rd scale Catwoman J&D. And I have the Harley Quinn J&D. It obviously live action is not going to throw, but they're all 3rd scale, and they're going to be relatively similar height. So I will have in a variation of the Gotham City Sirens together. Which I am of the thing where that Ivy at least looks human-esque because it's the Ghibli art style and stuff. So she looks human enough that I think she can fit relatively, since we've not had an actual okay, excluding Uma Thurman, but that look or style to an actual live action, Poison Ivy from the movies.
And just so y'all know, the GOAT has arrived. So, Gamoya, welcome, man. Just so you know, he's here, Freddie. Yeah, he's here. So before I go on to mine, Melvin, did you get anything this week or any new orders?
Nope. I'm
Nothing.
trying to resist myself.
Man, you're
Yeah.
safe. You're safe.
Wow.
You're safe.
Until
Man.
tonight, we're getting one right.
I mean,
Just
what
tonight.
else does he need? We just see what's like right behind his head there,
Yeah.
and it's
He's
just
kinda
like,
really good. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, what? How's he supposed to go? How is he supposed to beat that? I guess unless he, was just like, I got shockwave and I need two people to come over and help me make it less than 2 hours. Less than 2 hours to put the thing together. Is anybody available?
Yeah, it would take
Love that Iron Man. That is awesome.
Yeah, Hulkbuster is amazing. So, man, so what's going on? Okay, on my end, a lot has happened. Even though this work week has been crazy for me, but as some of you may not know, but I got in Mark 50. I got in Mark 1 and 42 at the same time. We did some unboxings. It was fantastic, but unfortunately, Mark 50 came in. I keep looking up at him. Mark 50 came up as damaged, and I have contacted the distributor, and they gave me some options. They even gave me a killer deal if I wanted to keep him, but I've decided to send him back, and I'm going to go in another direction, only because, in my opinion, look, this may not be yours, but in my opinion, if any statue comes in with some heavy damage to the paint, if it's not done properly or repaired properly, especially on Iron Man, you're not going to get your return investment. You're just not. So I decided to send him back, and I've got to rethink my top shelf a little bit, what I'm going to be doing. And we'll talk about that because there's some pieces that I have lined up that we're going to go over, and some more options for myself that I think I'm going to kind of talk about a little bit today and go over.
Jimmy, I have one question.
Yes.
Sorry, I have one question just after you finish here, before we transition to the first topic. I wanted to ask Alan one question, one of his statues.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't.
Sorry.
Alan, is that Slan from Berserk?
Yes.
To your other side there? Okay. That's what I thought. I had seen that from the Berserk series. Okay. I was like, is that her? I couldn't tell. I nearly bought that statue last week.
Oh, okay, I see.
Well, the original or the PO for the new one?
The original one, but then I realized my parents are coming to visit in 6 months, and I can't have a statue like that. Actually,
well, you can take it down.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, there's another bedroom. It's literally furniture they bought. They're gonna be staying here for like a week. So I was like,
I was gonna ask Lane. You have some J&D pieces.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I only two.
Which ones?
I have I have the Catwoman Hathaway.
Oh yeah.
And I have what is my favorite piece. Like, it will be the last piece that I ever sell. If I sell all my stuff again, which I have done a couple times. I've been buying statues since like 1996. But the J&D Harley Quinn, which is
I thought
you
sold it. Oh, really? I thought you sold it. I don't know why I thought that.
No.
Okay.
No, you might be thinking like John sold his.
Yeah, because I remember somebody sold theirs recently. Yeah.
I was curious. I have one J&D piece coming in, and I'm not quite sure what to expect because they're pretty pricey.
I can't wait for that one, man. The Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah, the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I got that one.
I'll let you get. I will just say to you guys, I haven't gotten it, but I think Melvin, is that the J&D Batman behind you, or is that the
No, that's Queen.
Queen? Okay.
Yeah.
I will say to you guys, if you guys are considering, like, you're a Bale Batman person, like Big Bad Toy Store, he's still super expensive. It's like $2,200 something bucks, but he's 20% off, like on Big Bad right now. Like that. Wow. The not the dual, but the single Batman and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know Specfish has still been having that Mara. I know the other stuff around why it may be having difficulty selling, but everybody I know who bought Mara, I've considered it, who's bought Mara, has said that is maybe their finest statue.
It's beautiful.
It was good.
I'm gonna wait for a Black Friday deal and see what they got coming up. But I did want to just finish up. So I'm going to be redoing my top shelf a little bit. I still am getting the RDJ bus. I still am getting Mark III. And this is just what's real. I thought about it this afternoon. Is that the only pieces I have on pre-order right now are Iron Man half scale Mark III and Berserk, the black armor. I have that, and then also now the XM Iron Man version B with the gantry. So those are the 3 pieces I have on pre-order right now. Well, I'm about to transition my pre-order for Mark 50 to that, so I have it on order. So that's what's coming up. Unfortunately, Mark 50, the paint job just wasn't as. I mean, it just in my opinion, it if it's damaged like this, it's just much harder to sell. And it's a great piece if you're picking it up, but check over it please when you get it. And that's I guess that's every statue, but this is one that I felt like a lot of people came in, they got, and it just wasn't. It was damaged or they had some paint flaw or something. So just look over it very, very carefully. That's my best advice to you.
I would say too with Queen right now, I've heard a lot of stories of that quality control so far. I've heard a lot. Like, it's not just you, obviously. It's
yes.
And you're paying a good what, 2,500 for that? You know, 26
yes.
all in. You know, like I'm like I don't know.
You want to make sure that the piece you're getting is there's no flaws in it. It's ready to go, because once you take that and you accept it, that's what you're going to get. And you're going to try to resell that later. You may not get what you paid, so just be aware of that. So I did have a segment that I did with Godlike statues I want to bring back though, and I was talking to Freddie about it this week. But this is art print of the week for me personally, and here we go.
Ooh.
This is
wow. Oh, that's cool.
This was done by Bottleneck, and there was an early pre-order or something for it. I was at work at the time, and I was trying to log in to get this, but of course it was way too late. So I went to the main source, the man with the print, the man that has the plan every time. Freddie, have you seen this? And he was like, man, I saw it, but I was busy with work, and we're kind of going back and forth. Like, man, I know. But Freddie, what do you think of this piece, man?
Man, first this piece, this art piece, man, like I saw it and I was blown away by it. First, I don't even have an a Kill Bill print yet. You know, I have like hundreds of prints. Don't even get me started. But none of them is a Kill Bill, and I've been wanting a Kill Bill in my collection to at least go on a wall at some point. I love the franchise. And I also love the fact, you know me, Bruce Lee, the legend, the fact that, you know, it's paid homage to him by wearing his tracksuit as well. And I did want an art piece that did that as well, as far as like have her in a tracksuit, like doing anything. I love the fact that that fight with her and Gogo, is like, it's funny because she's not the final boss. And you would say, oh man, I love the fight with her because Goku was a maniac. And this viewpoint that the artist did to show that fight that she did with there trying to block it, whatever, I was like, that is so cool. I was like, I want this print. They actually had this in 3 different versions: the regular, the aluminum version, and I don't remember what the other one was, but I did like the variant. They had a variant, and the variant was like purple. I was like, I don't want the purple one. But I wanted this in foil, but I would take it either or. I think the foil one was LE 50, and I think the regular one was LE 350 or something like that. But I was like, this is incredible. I missed out on it because I kept on second guessing myself. This sold out in the limited edition one sold out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
And this bottleneck right there.
That's when I was trying to make up my mind, and I was like, it took me that long, and I was like, I really did want it. The only reason why I got paused is because I had gotten a shipment notification from my Hot Toys Wonder Woman.
Gotcha.
Lane knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
you were.
Yeah, that people got that shipment notification in this week. That was the only reason I was like, I need to take care of this. But this print is amazing. I will be hunting it down, which it shouldn't be hard to hunt this down at all, especially the regular version, which I'll be okay with. In about a couple months, when people get this in hand, people throw it up because there's a lot of scalpers out there and stuff like that. People are gonna flip it. People are not gonna want it. Generally, when it comes out, something like this, it's not going to be a huge markup if anybody still wants it out there. You know what I mean? Maybe like a $40-$50 markup. It's not a huge deal considering. So I will be getting this definitely because I love the fight. I love the vantage point. I love the artist, and I'm gonna assume because that's what they do with these artists and with Bottleneck, especially when they said volume 1, they will, I guarantee you that artist will be doing a second one.
I can see that.
And they generally like to finish them. So it says volume 1. They are. I think they're gonna add more as well. So I will be picking this up.
This is one that I feel like I need to. And I know we talked about in my new home, I'm going to have a movie room, right? When you go to the movie room, this would be a great piece to have as you're walking in, going down the hall to, whatever. But this would be one that would be fantastic. And I feel like this is one that I need to get. So I saw it and I couldn't believe it and how great it was. And when I'm starting to click on, use my code, whatever, to get it now, it was already gone. So I wouldn't get it. So that's unfortunate. I'll have to just keep my eyes open and look for a resale. Freddie, I want the foil version. If you see it, let me know.
Most definitely. And the thing I like about these, especially depending on the IP and what it's about, something like this, I prefer a dynamic art piece. Like, there's art pieces where it's like, oh, they'll show all the characters with their heads and standing around and stuff like that. And, some of that's great. I love that stuff. But I think there are certain things for me, certain IPs where I'm just like, I need to see like a battle or somebody's doing something. Or I would prefer, I'm not saying I wouldn't have like, oh, here's one art piece with Go-Go, here's one art piece with the Bride, and so on and so forth, whatever. That's fine. But the fact this is so super dynamic, it's just like, this blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, I gotta get this piece. So
yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of museum statues, but there's something about this that just, I mean, I love the scene. I love the movie. I think it'd be great in a movie room. So I'll be picking this up later too. I'm gonna find a track one down. So.
And he ripped this right from the scene. If you saw the movie, like this is like he ripped it like out of a page of a manga or something. It's just like boom, boom. It's so good.
Dude, the thing I love about I'm not a big fan of Kill Bill, like the movies overall, but I do love how much of a love letter it is to Asian cinema. Like, Asian cinema wasn't big in the West, at the time, like early 2000s, whatever it was, and it came out. Like, Tarantino really, put his heart and soul in these movies for sure. And, that's the thing I love about it. I'm not a big fan of it overall, but I do appreciate that he did that. Like, they had like a whole scene of like an anime scene. It was like a flashback scene or something like that. And I think Kill Bill 2.
The music and everything. The score of the movies. I'm just
how he does a close-ins on the face and everything. Like, it's great.
I love Tarantino movies, man. I see almost all of them. When Tarantino puts out a movie, I'm just like,
dude. And like, one that got panned the most was like Django Unchained. That's like my favorite one he ever did. I don't know why.
I just like that when he blows himself up.
Yeah, it's a great piece. It's a great piece. So, I did want to bring something else up, moving forward also. Now, we can't really talk about too much where some of these things come from, but I do want to talk about, can I share that? Yeah, I guess we can. This is, in my opinion, this is one of the statues, custom pieces of the week that I saw, and I thought it was fantastic.
Ooh.
I thought it was great, and how they put this together. I'm a big fan of museum pieces, and this Spider-Man came out freaking fantastic. I thought it was
great.
Yeah,
is it 1/4? I'm guessing.
This is 1/4. Yeah.
There's really not many custom that are like 1/3. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Yeah, it's like mainly 1/4.
Yeah,
usually.
So, I think you're going to see a lot of symbiotic, gooey stuff. Especially on Spider-Man and other. I know the Venomized is always something out there a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the comics, they've had the Venomverse and all that stuff the last couple of years. Who just just murdered a whole ton of them recently. But with the Spider-Man game having just come out, and there's the Black Suit and Venom, which they just showed the hot toy for the game on Thursday, which is like 21 inches tall almost. Action figure. Jeez.
I mean, if you're a museum collector of Spider-Man, how fantastic is this? I mean, and not to mention the sculptor of this particular piece his specialty is Spider-Man, in my opinion. I mean, he does such a great job with Spider-Man, and he's got another group too that I've seen, and he's got some more great Spider-Man pieces coming out, and he's just a great sculptor, and I think these are fantastic. If you're interested, send me a message privately, and I can maybe put you in the right direction. But this is a great piece, and I wish I had room for it, but I guess I could make room. But it's still it's a great piece. I think. Alan, what do you think?
I like it. It's very simple, but it's very impactful. I mean, I love whoever did it. The anatomy is great.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like it. It's not overdone.
Right. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of like I said, museum style, and this is like the epitome. Just if you love Spider-Man and symbiote together, I think it's great. Lane, what do you think? I think you've seen this before.
No, this is for my first time seeing it.
Oh, really?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't personally do much with customs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much licensed product, pretty much for
Okay.
the most part. I love the musculature and everything on this.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, I think I can see Spider-Man Venomized and stuff is going to probably be very popular with the game having just come out, and Venom being the central figure of that.
Mm-hmm.
I love the big Spider-Man eyes. That's like the thing that's really actually catching me.
Yeah.
And now I will say, normally for Spider-Man, same thing like I'm a Hot Toys collector. I picture Spider-Man in action poses, more like maybe that, the premium format, the most recent one on top of the building, whatever design one that they have coming out.
Sure.
But that takes up a lot of space because you got things or pieces that could easily break off, maybe, or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you, like you said, for more museum, this one does a really good job of telling a story while being in a relatively static pose. That takes skill with the construction, but I love how Spider-Man's kind of looking at his hand, and you can almost feel like across the chest there, the upper part of the chest where you see the gooey stuff separated. Yeah. It's almost like fingers of a hand like reaching out across his chest. Almost.
Yeah.
When I look at it, it's very cool.
The more I look at this, the more I realize what they did here. If you look at the symbiote around his neck, that's going to hide the seam line because there's 3 sculpts for this.
Good idea.
3 head sculpts, so that'll hide the seam line. So that's that was a great idea. Well, like I said, the guy that sculpted this is just incredible. He has some of the best ideas with Spider-Man. He specializes just in that, I think, and does you know what? I take that back. He does other stuff too, but his specialty is this for sure. It comes in a kit or it comes in in painted. Marcos, what do you think?
I like it. I'm at a big museum, especially in 1/4. In 1/4, that was like a dynamic, pose. Yeah. It looks good though. Like Lane was saying, you guys were saying the anatomy looks great on it. Obviously, that's like in my mind how Spider-Man looks. That's how he looks. I like the classic, eyes. The big old wide eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 60s, 70s, 80s Spider-Man. I'm big into like the symbiote like transformation Spider-Man. So like that X-Men piece is good. I like that one that they're coming out with.
Yeah.
I love that other one. It's a custom piece. It's like Spider-Man going against Venom. Mm-hmm. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a really like sought after piece. I know that. Like Venom's like facing him and he's like thinking, I don't know. It's like 1/4. It's awesome.
Look, Marcos, I had that piece.
Yeah. Whatever it was called, it was an awesome piece.
Yeah. That was Caleb sculpted that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just know there's a lot of breakages. Just how fragile the piece looked. I get it, but I know like it was a very great piece. That if you're a Spider-Man fan, if I wanted a Spider-Man piece, that's probably the piece I would get.
It's a great one.
Yeah, that Venom versus Spider-Man.
Well, I'll let you know. I know someone that may be selling it, so I'll keep you informed.
No, stop. I already have a couple of shots. Stop, please stop.
Freddie, I did think about you when I saw this. What do you think about this?
Man, I prefer Spider-Man with dynamic poses personally.
Okay. A lot of people
just because of what Spider-Man's all about. Like I need to see him like upside down, flipping in like in his. If he is in some kind of museum pose, which I don't know if that would be considered museum pose. Like he'll have his Spider-Man pose, basically. Like I need to see him doing the Spider-Man thing.
Right.
I get the concept of this piece and it's cool, but like if I did get, like, I wouldn't get this one, but I do love Venom. I always like the transformation with the pieces with Spider-Man and Venom. And like I'm a sucker for dual identity statues, like with like transformation, Bruce Banner, Hulk, and things like that. So like I always like the Spider-Mans. Every time with the statues, when you see him either being overtaken by Venom, he's transforming into Venom. You'll see Venom on the side of him. You know, those dual ones. I'm like, I love those. You know, so this for me, like, you know, if I did Spider-Man, this wouldn't make the cut, but I think it's cool. I like the concept.
Freddie, are you getting the XM transformation?
No, I enjoy it from afar, but
I like that one. It's very nice.
I really love that one, but I'm trying to, you know, I try to stay in my lane, and Spider-Man is, I love Spider-Man, but it's not my lane. I try my best to stick to mostly DC stuff. And in terms of statue wise, you know, if we're talking 1/6, that's a different story. But in terms of statue, I try my best to stick strictly DC. If it's DC comics, that I'll do. But yeah, because again, if I dive into the whole Marvel, man, that's a whole other.
But Freddie, who would you get? Because I know you're mainly a movie collector, like in general. I know you get other pieces, you know, but I know movies are your thing. It's kind of like chasing. But which Spider-Man would you want? Would you want Garfield, Tobey, or Holland?
I'd go OG, man.
Okay,
I'm an old fart.
So. Yeah, dude, I think Tobey would be mine too.
He's my Spider-Man.
Thanks, John.
Okay, and so before I go, Melvin, what do you think about this?
I'm not into Spider-Man though, but
okay.
If I'm gonna get the Spider-Man, I would love to get the Iron Spider.
Iron Spider is super cool.
Spider,
I've passed on that one a few times, but it's fantastic.
Mel, would you have the comic version, like the red and gold, or would you have
the movie version?
The movie version, yeah. I love that one too because he's holding the Infinity Gauntlet, which makes it 10 times better for me when I see it.
It's cool.
Yeah, I love that piece. Well, let me tell you how I see this piece. Is that first of all, when I look at this, it tells a story when you look at it. The anatomy is fantastic. In my opinion, it's not a standalone Spider-Man. What it is, it's almost like maybe even a centerpiece with a ton around him, like a ton of different ones around him, different pieces of either Marvel or more Spider-Man. You know, not that I'm painting a picture for myself, but yeah, that's kind of how I see this piece, and I think it's great. I was talking to the commissioner, and you could get it as a kit, and if I bought it, it would be twice as expensive because I would get it as a kit, and I would have John paint it, and if I had him paint it, it would be even that much better if he painted it. So he's one of the best painters, in my opinion, in the United States, and he would do a fantastic job, especially on the Tobey portrait. So if I can look really good.
You know,
there's a Tobey portrait.
Not Tobey, but it's like it's not Tobey. It's just like Peter Parker. You know?
Okay.
There is one though. Let me see here.
You know, this piece kind of, in a way, reminds me of the Darth Vader mythos, the original, the Contemplation, where he's looking at the helmet, and it's like he's looking at his hand with the venom, and he's like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
I guess that's why I love it, is because he's transforming right in front of you, and I love how he's looking at it, which makes it better to me. I just love this. I mean, I'm trying to stay away from it, but it's getting harder. So we'll see. I got
The more you fight it, the more it will dominate your destiny.
That's true.
It's so true. It's so
No.
true. But,
We need to enable Jimmy. Just get it.
Yeah, and you know what?
No, I know
it wouldn't be too hard.
I know a piece
Yeah.
we need.
Do it, Jimmy. Do it.
It's
We
I'm
can tell you
waiting for him to bring it up.
with it.
I was say, wait
Well-
till we bring it up. Yeah, I know what piece we need.
Yeah, after we go after all these other pieces, then we'll make a choice. Because remember, I only have a few pre-orders this year, and I feel like I need some more, especially. But if I'm going to break down my idea here in a minute to everybody once I start showing them these things, and I'll see what you think. Okay, but going on to this next piece that I guess it's been everybody knew. I think Lane called it the day it came out that, hey, well, Jimmy, it doesn't matter what's going to happen, you're going to do it anyway. So this is the piece that came up for orders recently. Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So this doesn't match my collection at all. It doesn't.
Stop it.
It doesn't. The size is off for me. So and we got our.
Jimmy, you're fooling yourself, man.
It's a third scale, isn't it, Jim?
Stop, Jimmy. No.
I love patience.
What's the third scale? But this piece here, let me just kind of put out a few things. One is that the battle damage on this one is freaking fantastic. I mean, it's just amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that put me like in a position to where I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay.
This is a piece that is starting to speak to me a little bit more because
you're right.
the battle damage is just amazing. I love Iron Man damage like this. I do. What I don't like is this paint job has to be done, very carefully. And there's a few pieces that's come out that the paint job has not been great, but this is the exception for sure. It looks fantastic. I think it's well put together. I think the lineup feature is amazing. I think it's just fantastic. I think it's just great. So when you look at this, you look at the base and how he's levitating from it. Of course, there'll be some type of peg right here that he'll be inserted in, right? But I do know this for a fact, man. This is a part I don't like. Is looking at this part right here on the side. I don't like his leg, like angle like that. The way it is, that bothers me. I don't know why it does. But yeah, it's something that it's to me it's not perfect, but it's just awesome. As far as like the overall the suit, the paint job. I think the pose is great, but I don't like that leg. It's the only thing that bothers me. Everything else.
You have a Mark 7 already?
I have a Mark 7. I think I have. If I'm looking at my collection right now, the way I'm trending is that I'll have, I think, 2 Mark 3s, 2 Mark 1s, and then 2 Mark 7s. I'll have 2 of those. And I ask myself, do I need 2 of those? Do I need 2 of this one? I really don't. So
battle damage. Yes.
I think 7 is the best suit in the movies and MCU.
Yes. Yeah,
and
a lot of people feel that.
Battle damage, like Freddie was about to say, I'm guessing. But the battle damage, you don't have one of those battle damage.
And think about this, Jimmy. This blade is right next to your Hulkbuster.
Hey man, calm down, Melvin.
That would look great. I could see it right now.
That was the worst enabler.
Calm down.
It's got one of the best light up features I've seen. That is awesome.
It does. So this is
cool.
This is what I heard from John this week is that they are making more Iron Man. They're making more, and there'll be and they have discontinued the 1/4 line. There is no more. Like they're going for this. So they're making 1/3 Iron Man, and also they are, and we'll talk about this in a minute. They are making the Avengers, and the Avengers will also be a 1/3, and they'll be with silicone skin too. Like they're going to be a 1/3 silicone skin.
Imagine that 1/3 Hulk suit.
Character, yeah. So, man, a lot to think about, a lot to absorb. Am I getting this?
Yes.
Whoa,
Yes.
calm down. Over there. Yeah.
Hey, you said got an XM's 1/3. You got to get this 1/3, Like,
Yep. You have to.
I haven't got any XM 1/3. What are we talking about?
I know. I'm just saying you skipped out on that one. One you maybe should get,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, I think I'm about 99.9% in for this. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do, and
Freddie was right.
Here I would just be the one thing of caution. Maybe I think the battle damage for this. I don't think you're going to beat it. Mark 7's my favorite suit. I don't own any Mark 7 thing yet.
Yeah.
Well, I used to own the Midas Mark 21 Hot Toy, but I don't count that. Even though it's the Mark 7 basic body. If they're going to do some other Iron Man's 1/3 scale, and if they're going to do alternating versions like battle damage and regular version, I would tell you before you go pulling the trigger on this one, is make sure this is the one you want in 3rd scale. Because I know you own like Mark. Obviously, some of them like Mark 1 you have in the half scale, so you're not going to beat that, or anything like that necessarily. Like there may be a really cool 3rd one scale, but you're not going to say, "Oh, is this way better than the other one?" No, I mean, honestly, unless they do something amazing with it. But before you go pulling the trigger on this one, I think you're going to have a little bit of time. I would wait to see what else, if they announce any others of the Iron Man over the next, I don't know, several months or so, or if they put any preview stuff, because you might see one that you like the battle damage more, because you already own in some style or scale most of the main Iron Man ones. And I'm not saying Mark 7's my favorite movie suit too, so it would be hard for me if I was thinking of doing this for turning the Mark 7's like the only one of the main ones I like. It doesn't look like I'm gonna have a hot toy coming in because I'm getting the Mark 3 suit. That's how I'm collecting Iron Man. I'm doing 6 scale figures. I like those best. But that would be my only. I think we all agree. I think we think you're going to get it, but that would be my word of not saying don't get it. But since you own a bunch of the suits already in a scale, unless you're going to get rid of, maybe even consider get rid of one of those to help finance more than if you're going to get more than 1 1/3 scale, I might just wait a little bit to see do they announce any of the other suits in 3rd scale, so you can see that if they're doing battle damage and regular or not. If they're not going to do a battle damage version, then I would say get this one, just to make sure, sure.
And
that would be my only thing.
When look, that's great advice. I know that when they announce the new Iron Man, it probably won't be till next year sometime, along with some of the Avengers. I know that here's the way, when you look at the Avengers all together, I think the clean version of Iron Man would be better with them all together, but this one would be better by himself or with other Iron Man. And what do I usually collect? Iron Man. So that's why I think this one is going to go well with my personal collection. And Melvin's right. Next to Hulkbuster, he would look great. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove like this, like these half scales will probably go in kind of in the corners of my man cave, And what I'll do is I will have the Hulkbuster in the middle, surrounding him by 1/3 Iron Man. That's my idea.
Okay. I think that would look nice.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that would look great.
Yeah, and the 1/4 will be on the bottom. That's how it will look. So, the more I look at this, the more I want it. And I knew that was going to happen when they announced they're going to do a 1/3 scale. I knew that was going to happen. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get that. I don't need it because it doesn't match anything that I have. But when they showed this battle damage version, let me bring up this picture here real quick.
It was funny. I saw every comment you had was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Literally, right when the battle damage came out, I was like,
yeah.
He was like shit.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, man. Let me bring up this.
The one thing I'll be with Lane. The only thing I hate, not the rubble base, but the under the base, like the museum base. I hate that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll give you that, Jimmy. Don't buy it because of that.
Well, you know what? Remember when?
Buy it just to check if it's good, though.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think me and Alan talked about it offline a little bit, but Sideshow made they made a few different Iron Man pieces. It's got a rock base, but it's got this like chrome cylinder base underneath it that just drove me insane. I could not believe they would do that. It looked terrible with it. This doesn't look as bad to me.
I don't mind the sub base on this. I think it's classy looking.
Yeah, I like it. I really do. I really do.
Isn't this 2000 though too?
Isn't this what? Oh,
this one's 2000. That I know may not mean so much to you guys, but that price for a third scale, that's a lot for a third scale statue.
Oh, it's
$2,000.
Oh, yeah.
I know that. So I know we're in different zip codes maybe with this, Jimmy, but that's a lot. So I would consider price too. You might be able to get a third scale Mark 7. Like PCS has got one I saw was on sale. It's a game based one, but it's still a Mark 7. That's pretty good. That it's like half the price of it. I know that's not something necessarily with your Iron Man you're considering, but I would just point out there might be some other options that aren't maybe quite as good as this. But if you really want a third scale Iron Man, you could probably get one, a decent one, or not maybe as cool as this one, but for a lot less. That would be my only thing I would tell you. 2,000 is a lot for it.
I'm not a big Iron Man collector. I have one, the XM Hulkbuster. But when I saw this one go up, it started making me think I really like it.
Alan, I was right there with you. I was like, God damn, I want an Iron Man. I'm like,
yeah, this one is outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to get it.
Not lit up though, Jimmy, like how it is, like right there in the picture you're showing. Okay, that's a big thing with light up features. Like if you like it not lit up, that's a good thing because you're never gonna always have it lit up, obviously, like so.
Yeah, I mean,
that photo doesn't have the flop though.
That's
thing, bro. What the fuck?
That's amazing.
Good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I love the weathering and the damage on this one. It looks so good, and it looks like it matches the Hulkbuster's paint job.
Like I said, Jimmy, buy it, check it out when you get it. Just see it, and then just buy it. Buy it.
I'm getting it. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
I think forget about the Spider-Man. Get this.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I'm. Oh, look. Here's the measurements here. Look. Take a look at this. 89 centimeters tall.
Around 35 inches.
Yeah, 42 centimeters deep, and then 41 inches.
And that's like what, 35, I think. 30.
That's
tall,
man.
It's almost 3 feet tall.
Yeah, that's 35.
Holy hell! I'll make it work.
You always make it work, right?
Yeah, I'll make it. I'm definitely getting this one. I'm probably going to go through Randy, and Randy. He hasn't done me wrong yet, so either Randy or Ben.
Are you gonna PO or just wait for shipping?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't had to PO anything in a long time, but I definitely want one. And what is the edition size for that one? It wasn't very much.
$2.99.
I think it was like. I mean the piece is $2,000, right? But I don't know how many they're making. I didn't see.
It's $2.99.
Oh, 300. Really? That's it?
Don't wait too long.
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna wait too long. Yeah, I may have to go ahead and pre-order that. But yeah. So that one, and man, I feel like everything I order is Iron Man, everything. But it's
Hey, you love it, man.
Yeah, man, that's what I love, man. That's what it is. But I think it's gonna look great up here. So pretty excited for that. That's going to be my next piece coming in. Yeah, if you guys think, it's a great piece, and I love it too. So
I liked it as soon as I saw it. I was starting to look around to see where I could fit it.
Yeah, it is 1/3, but to me, it's a great one. It's a great one.
I'm so glad I'm safe, man.
So yeah, here's the Avengers line here, and you can see the Mark 7 here, the Hulk, and
Wanda. Wanda?
Yeah.
I can say that Hulk is going to be facing an uphill fight against that OBS Hulk.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat that. However, this is going to be a movie, and this is also going to be silicone, rooted hair, and all these pieces are going to be that way. I don't know if this is Loki or Thor. I can't tell.
That's Thor.
Yeah, that's Thor.
Yeah, that's Thor.
And this is Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, Scarlet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since they didn't put out the quarter scale of her, that finally people will be able to get a movie version of her. I just want to. I just want to know. I believe FBJ he'll be safe. I want to hear him still saying that if his wife answers the door before his third scale Catwoman and Batman.
Oh, jeez.
if she opens the door, slams it, and
Toast.
sends for him, and he still says, "Hey man, I was safe," like the following week or something like that, then I'll believe he's safe from anything less than like an earthquake or something hitting right under his house. If not, it sounds like otherwise we may not see him for a couple of weeks after that.
No.
All right. Well, I mean, this is a great one. These are going to be some great pieces coming up. If you're a fan of the Avengers movie base, this will be awesome. But do you see my point based off of if you got battle damage, how would it look with the Avengers together? If you got the clean, I think it would look better. But you know, for me, battle damage all the way because it's going to match the Hulkbuster, and they'll be up high, so it's going to look good together, I think. So great pieces coming up, especially if you collect the Avengers. Anybody here interested in these?
No, I'm just gonna get the Iron Man.
Okay.
I can't go down another rabbit hole.
Understood. Yeah.
But I was thinking about that Iron Man just as a standalone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just stand alone.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get it too. Damn it, man. All right. Yeah, I didn't plan on it.
You're the Iron Man collector.
Dude. I guess you can say that. That's all I got.
You have to get it.
He needs to change his channel.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too, Jimmy, I guess the battle damage work better is because you already own the suit, even though it's a different scale. Like I'm guessing clean, so it also makes it something different. So it's not like you're buying the same thing over again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly too.
I mean, a worst case scenario, I can sell the 7 I have. I know that'll sell. One thing about Iron Man is that so many people love him, right? That character. So my pieces won't be hard to move, not impossible anyways. So I've always kept that in mind when I'm buying the pieces that I do love of Iron Man. But there's some that I just cannot part with. XM Classic is one of them. I can never part with that one. That's one of my favorites of all times. And I think my next favorite now, the new Queen Studios Mark 42. Just fantastic paint job on that. If you missed the unboxing, make sure you check it out because we had a good time doing that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that piece is awesome, Jimmy. I saw it.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really love it, and I don't know if I could do that. It's just great, man. It's in my collection, so it's great. So a lot of stuff happened these last few days with what's that, Wonderfest, right? Yeah. So let me bring it up here real quick. Some of these pictures are from art. Some of these are from just around the community. But holy cow, what an amazing representation of DC here that they were able to display. I mean, Marcos, I know you're a DC fan. I'm going to start with you first. What do you think about these pieces here? They're bringing the heat, man. They're bringing the heat. Bless you. They're bringing the heat.
I think the Battinson is amazing. Mm-hmm. I think Bale looks like George Bush. It just really like George Bush. It just happens to be it. And the Superman, I think the base looks amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm so tired of seeing angry Superman. He's not angry. I'm sorry to say. Like 24/7, I know the black suit is different, but still. Why is every piece we have of Superman always angry nowadays? Like it just it really is. But
angry cells, man.
Black suit is different. I get it, But I think they all look great though. But the Battinson for sure is the best one, I think, out of all these three, in my opinion.
And Gamoya, we will do an unboxing with that, and I want you to join us with that. And everybody here is welcome for that. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, man. So, Marcos, I think you bring up some good points. I mean, I personally love the Black Superman and this angry portrait. I think it's awesome. I love all three of these. I think they're great. Melvin, what do you think?
They look good together, the three of them. It's just, the bat is really good among the three.
Okay. If you can have one out of these, which one would you get?
I'm gonna get the Bale.
Bale, okay. Yeah, I mean, these are. I mean, every time I look at these, I'm like, man, if you can't just get one of them, you've got to get like multiple, right? You got to get a few different ones. And I know they're working on I think Doomsday, right? Not Doomsday. Yeah, Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Not Doomsday. Who is it? Who are they working on?
Let's say from the Snyderverse.
No, they're working on
Dark Side.
Dark Side. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Dark
Yeah,
Side.
that one's enormous.
Queen's coming
Yeah.
out too with the, I believe too.
Queen is working on. Queen has theirs, but Infinity's doing one too. So it's going to be great. It's going to be. And I think it has arms too. So
Wow.
Queen's doesn't. So yeah, I'll bring that up here.
Am I the only one tripping out? Like he does look like George Bush, right? There's no doubt.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does look.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have.
Bush.
I can't unsee that now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
I saw someone commented. I was the same as you. I'm like, yeah, I can't see it now. What the fuck?
Oh God.
But the thing is, like, Bale, I guess, kind of does look like George Bush too in real life. Like,
yeah, in real life, yeah.
It's not like Infinity's getting the complete portrait off. It's just what it is. I guess.
It's the mouth.
Yeah, that's true. And the hair too. Right now,
Yeah.
the slick back little hair right there. Yeah.
So Freddie, what do you think of this, man? Would you pick any of these up? Are you interested in any of this stuff?
Well, I think that there is something with one-to-ones, man. The presence on one-to-ones is like incredible. If you haven't seen one in person, like I know, you see these pics and you're like, yeah, but if you go to Comic Cons or I don't know, local comic shops, if they have them or not, you actually go up and be next to a bust, like your whole mindset would just like change. And that's kind of how I am, where like I told myself, I'm like, first of all, I'm like, I don't want to spend all that money on a bust. And I'm like, because in my mind, because I'm still a Hot Toy 1/6 collector, right? So I always weigh things out when I buy stuff. And I'm like, man, I could have like 10 Hot Toys, and then I'm like, or you could just get one bust, or I could have 3 statues, right? Or you can just get one bust, you know what I mean? Because like you have to choose, like if you're just like a bust collector, then it's like whatever, right? But like, like I know like Lane is like me, where we collect all these like different sizes and avenues, where I'm like, we always have to like figure out in our plan, it's like, where do you want to go, so touching on a bust for me, I'm just like, it's kind of like a grail in a sense, where it's like, I get this bust, it's like the Terminator, right? Like it's gonna be like, this is gonna be it, and it's gonna be the piece for a while. Like it's not like I'm like, first of all, like I love this whole set, but I would never, I can't run through a line. Like to get all these 4 for me would probably take me like 7-8 years to probably amass. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. Like again, but it's not that I can't do it. It's like I said, I allocate because I collect other things. Not saying if I wanted to, hey, I'm never collecting 1/6 or 1/12 and all this stuff. I get this easy, but because I collect so much stuff, that's why I'm saying it would take me like a longer time. With that said, I'm a huge DC fan. Aside from Twilight Batman, I would get.
Wow! Did you just shots fired?
Wow! Yeah, really.
What was it, Edward in that movie or some shit? Like what was it? Like, come on, Freddie.
Aside from my boy Twilight Batman, I would get those 3. I would get all 3. I would have to say though, with Bale, first of all, if you think about it logically, right, with Bale being Batman in the Batman, he has the cowl in his hand. Either he just took it off or he's putting it back on. There's no way, if this was like real world application, or right, where he's gonna have gel in his hair and his hair is gonna be all solid, like he's going out on a date. You know what I'm saying? Or he's going to the CEO conference or whatever with the boards, and his hair is a little bit. He's about to fight crime. So in my mind, if his hair, if you get the even if it's not hair, even he just woke up, he's in a bat cave, he's not putting on gel to go put on a cowl to fight crime. So in my mind, this is how I think about it. If you got the bust and it looked just like this, in my mind, I'm like, dude, that's part of my hair right now. I don't have gel and stuff like that in my hair. Dude, that's anybody's hair when you don't put application on it. If there's anybody who complains about this hair like that, I'm like, unless you're talking about volume, fine. But I'm like, come on, it's not bad.
And look, I think what they did here on this particular piece, they took it out of the box, they put it up, and they have not styled it at all.
Exactly.
So the hairnet came off of it. They're finally going through. They didn't do any of the adjustments.
Yeah.
and I I think once it's set up and correctly and style, I think it would look fantastic.
The concept is amazing.
Right.
I think this is the best concept to me.
Oh,
like
easily.
just,
I mean,
I love it.
With these pictures, I got another 1-to-1 bust I want to show.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, well, definitely. Okay, so
I prefer though Queen Studios Twilight Batman over this one though.
So I do gotta ask, and listen, all these pieces together look so epic. Like they look so great together. Mm-hmm. Alan, would you ever consider this for your collection? Ever?
Okay, well here's my personal opinion. I'm not a Pattinson fan, so
okay.
Don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but that one would be a definite no for me.
Okay.
I'm not a black suit Superman fan, although I think the piece is awesome. I like the light up eyes. The base is terrific. I mean, everything about it. It's really nice. Bale, I like the concept. I wish someone had not said George Bush, but it's a great looking piece. Like I say, it's like a whole half a person. Both arms holding the cowl. I love it. If I were only to get one, it would be the Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
The Hathaway's good.
And really what I would do is display her and put the 1/3 bat pod in front of her.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That would look good.
That would be my setup.
Wow, that would look great. Before I set stuff up, I'm going to call you, Alan. We're going to go through it together. If you got good ideas. If
Vinny did a 1-to-1 bust of Pfeiffer, would you do it, Catwoman?
No.
Alan, Freddie, what about you?
I'm waiting for somebody to do it. I really want a battle damage Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Yeah, when it's all fucked up. Yeah.
If it was a life-size full silicone, I might think about it.
That's what I was saying. Like 1-to-1, 2-to-1. Video does like a lot of 89 Batman, basically. That's what I'm saying. Like they do a Pfeiffer, Penguin, Joker. The Joker will sell out within 2 seconds. I don't know why they haven't done that.
Oh, Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, they did it.
They can't get the licensing for that.
True. I heard it's a bitch to get, obviously, but if they got it, that shit would sell out, even if it's like $5K or some shit, like ridiculous price.
Oh, there's people that would jump on that immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
It would. So, Lane, I know you're not a bust collector, but what do you think of these things, man? What do you think?
Oh, dude, I love them. I think they look great. I still want that Hathaway.
Just like her, man.
Like that's I think that's the best overall facial look there.
Yep.
Now, but I say that though, unlike I don't think it's really fair to compare like facial sculpts of a 1-to-1 life size versus a smaller scale like that. I don't think it's really that fair necessarily to do that. But I think she's my favorite. I think she looks the best out of all these. I will say, at least for the prototyping, I think the Queen Studios bust actually the facial sculpt looks better than the Infinity one here.
Of who? Which
Batman.
I agree. Yeah.
But I prefer this one because it's got the arms and stuff. I want a little bit of the upper body, kind of. Now, if you don't have as much space for that, then the Queen Studios one is fantastic because the rest of that looks great. The Pattinson Batman, so you're not going to get me to call him Twilight Batman.
Wait, is he your Batman?
No, my favorite's Bale. Like he's my favorite live action Batman.
The worst Batman. Best movies, but worst Batman.
Yeah, I'm not going to get started with Marcus. But I think the coolest pose of all of these four is actually him with like the grapple gun and the whole thing. I think that's a great pose to have him in.
And the suit. The suit's great too.
Yeah. It looks like it's one of the little bit got more pieces to put together for that one. I know like the J&D statue for him was got a ton of pieces to have to put them together. Like I think Pattinson Batman, like the third scale J&D and a lot of those, the hair on that one makes a lot of sense because it's all it's puffy, but it's all messed up and everything like on the sculpts because he just took off, his mask / helmet basically for the cowl. Right. I think if you can get some of these, like that's fantastic. Like they can. I think the nice thing for any one of these is that if you just want to get one of them and have them be an off piece, they can go by themselves. They don't. That's a nice thing with bus. You can get one of a character you like, and then that be it. You know, the one I was almost trying to get at one point was bus. I almost thought about buying was that Harley Quinn one from Suicide Squad. Right. I want to put that with my third scale. But then I saw some of the painting on the gun hand and stuff, and I went, "Oh no, we're spending like $4,000 on this or something like that. It's got to be as close to perfect as possible." You know, there's some pieces they got to be like fantastic, you know, completely. But a little bit out of my range normally what I like to buy, but of these four, I would buy Hathaway because I think she's the best one out of these four.
Now I wonder why they never did a full head sculpt for Robert Pattinson, which I'm like, I don't like, would people not buy? Because I'm like, they did full head sculpts for these three and never gave him the respect due to Patterson. I'm like, they just give you the mask, and I was just like, but the other ones you get the full sculpt. Now, as much as I joke about him being Twilight Batman, I'm like, I think he did a phenomenal job as Batman in the movies. I think he did great, you know, as Batman. Bruce Wayne, you know, he didn't get that much love as far as the scripting, but
it was awful to say.
Yeah, to me, it was an incredible movie. He did an incredible job.
But the Batman was about the Batman, not Bruce Wayne.
Right.
That's also
the Bruce Wayne was the worst Bruce Wayne we've seen.
So yeah, but which is true. But still, they're doing this now. Unless they're going to do another bust, in my mind, I'm like, they should give you like one without, because I'm sure there's Robert Pattinson fans, right, who wants the full one. Yeah. I mean, would any of you display? Because I mean, like, they gave you a bail, and they put the cowl in his hand. You got a full bail. I'm like, why did they do that for Patterson? That's the only question I have with that one.
I would prefer Bale have the cowl on, though, because I want this to be Batman. I would actually prefer not to be holding, but actually have the full thing on. That would just be me, though.
Like the Queen.
Yeah, where he's wearing the mask and everything, because I want Batman. I want Bale Batman.
Right.
You know, seeing him not being able to put it on, not being able to put it on him and everything. I know they want to show off the face of the actor.
Yeah.
But I want Batman. Like at the end of the day, I want Batman in my thing more than I want Christian Bale that his top half hanging out.
So when you have movie pieces, Lane, you prefer to have them with their masks on, like whatever statue or 1/6?
I'll put it to you this way: all my Mandalorians have have all their helmets on. Not a single one of them has a head sculpt on.
Man, these are huge pieces. Like they're massive, right? So you got to have a lot of room to display them, but together, it's hard to deny them, man. It's like it's so much presence for all.
Great for your movie room.
Oh, it would be.
Stop!
But I need the Matrix. I need the Matrix Neo one-to-one.
Okay.
But I think this could be something that I look at later if it doesn't work out with that. Marcos, what do you got for us? Man, I want to share a bus with.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got you right here. So, oh shit, I gotta do the share thing, right? Present.
I have an idea what it is.
So like, I want you guys know that I want that 1/4 like what was it, the Eclipse guts, right? So
remember that.
Yeah, so like I want a bust pair with a 1/4 statue. That's what I want right now.
Okay.
Like, I think this is it right here. You guys see it?
Oh, I've seen this one.
Yeah, dude. It just came out like last week, dude. Oh my gosh. Like for a bust or guts, this is it for me at least.
What if I told you someone's doing one that's 1-to-1? And what if I told you that it's very
This is 1-to-1 too, though.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying, I was trying to get a 1-to-1 bust with a gut statue. Right now I saw that, I'm like, oh gosh, I get that 1/4 with the 1-to-1 right here.
That's
all the
big.
red, everything red you see is light up. It's a light up feature too.
Wow,
that's cool.
This is the render right now. So
and that's nice.
I did not know this was 1-to-1.
It is 1-to-1 for sure. And they moved. See how the cape kind of covers his stomach. They did a redo of the render where it actually doesn't cover as much as the stomach. So they did hear the feedback, and this is an unlicensed company too, also. But they are very good. I've seen their pieces before, and they're very good. So
I'm sorry. Is that purple on his? Is that right?
No, I think it's just lighting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just lighting. But for a 1-to-1 bust for guts, I think this is the piece right here because you get the cowl too.
That looks awesome.
I know, and everything's light up too. Everything red is light up. They said.
Is there a price point yet or no?
Not yet. And I think it's put like this though. If the Luffy bust from Tsume was, I think 1,800 or 1,900, I can't remember what I bought it for, but this should be around that range. So it shouldn't be too expensive. It shouldn't be like some crazy J&D price like 4K or whatever. But I'm just saying, like for a 1-to-1 bust, if you're a Berserk fan, I think this is the piece right here.
And you say you copping this?
Great.
Oh, dude, 100%. I'm like, unless the price point is like 4K, I'm not.
How are you gonna cop? How are you gonna cop this? And then, but you said you also gonna cop the Sume Joker, right?
Oh, no, the
Harley. Harley, right?
Well, I'm actually like backing off on that shit too, because like I want it though.
Jimmy's gonna have to put that up, man, and play that video.
Yeah, Jimmy can do it later. That piece,
I saw the video on that. I was like, that is insane. It's like a park.
And it's literally a park. Yeah, it's Joker's. What is Carnival? What it said? Yeah, dude, it's crazy. But I do remember I was so hyped on it last night. But I remember Prime One's coming out with their own piece 1/4. So I want to wait on that at least. Hopefully. Yeah. But if I see that wait list hit for the Harley, I'm probably gonna buy it.
Have the rest of you guys seen it? Sume Harley?
I haven't seen it. So I have one thing. We're talking about bus. One thing. This is a hypothetical thing for how interested to see the panel would be here. So we've seen what Infinity could do. What if they were to do a RoboCop? Like whether original steel or like they did RoboCop 2 with the lighter blue, like a full facial sculpt with maybe removable visor or something like that.
That would be cool.
With Peter Weller. I don't know if they could do it or anything, how often, but maybe even if it's missing arms, but it's like the whole upper torso or something. Would that be something you guys would?
I'm not a big RoboCop fan, but I think you have to have like a gun with RoboCop. So like the half scale, I think Chasen showed it last show he did. There's a half scale coming out. It was at Winterfest, I believe, and they had a gun with it. I think with RoboCop, you have to have a gun. You
gotta have his gun, like maybe up like this pose or something like that.
With a bus, it would be tough to have a gun. I don't know if a bus would work with 1-to-1 with RoboCop. That's just my opinion, though. Obviously,
it would so.
The half scale is cool because his thigh opens up, and you can see the compartment in his thigh where the gun is.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I didn't know that. Shit, that's cool.
I would like for somebody. I know Hot Toys have done it, but I love it when he takes the helmet off and you can actually see the robotic stuff behind his head. And I was like, if they did that on a bust, I think I think the collectors would go insane and just.
Well, if you have an LED, I don't know if it lights up in the movies, but like I said, I'm not a big RoboCop fan, but if there's light up features, in the back of the head, that'd be cool too. If they did something like that.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yeah, I all the reason I'm bringing it is because I have it sitting in my the new RoboCop game that's coming out. I played the demo. I played through the demo twice. It's by the same guys who did Terminator Resistance. That came from a couple years ago, which was the Future War first-person shooter, and they got RoboCop Rogue City coming out in a couple weeks. So I'm pre-ordering that tonight.
Nice.
Well, is this a piece you're talking about, Freddie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's 1/6, so that's the only downside about it too.
Okay.
Everything else is amazing about it.
It's a huge piece.
It's a big piece because it's like I think 70 centimeters tall. So it's a huge piece and 50 centimeters wide. The one thing I don't like, I will say my bad, Freddie, but is go back to the other portrait. They're not portrait.
How big that is.
I don't like this Harley. I don't think she looks that great right there. But the Jester looks great. Amazing.
I would have her on the classic suit right there. Yep.
Yeah. I would use Jester Harley for sure, regardless. But you're getting both regardless. So I wouldn't like the other one. But go ahead, sorry, my bad.
No, I
Damn,
was
it's
gonna
big.
say, I was gonna say, I don't know if on Sume art page, but there's a video, like,
Mhm.
yeah, like if,
Oh, really?
and it gives you, it shows you like the stuff moving. That's kind of
the Ferris wheel moves. There's a soundtrack with the like a carnival soundtrack.
What?
crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of was like,
That's
what's it
neat.
fine? Because I was like, I saw it when it first released, and I went on saw Sume, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, it looks cool, it looks great. But when I saw the video, that now I had that feeling that I had for like the Terminator bus, right? Where I was like, oh my goodness.
I have that feeling, so stop, please.
Like,
what? This shouldn't be surprising because
that one. Yeah.
Was Sume, or was that when it
screen,
did that one with the eagles and stuff from Lord of the Rings? There was like 6 scales and it was like 40 inches. That Weta?
No, that's so there's flickering lights, and it's a Ferris wheel that goes, it moves, and then there's a soundtrack.
I don't even do comic pieces, and I was just like, oh.
I'm so happy.
This is amazing.
Awesome.
Look when they show you the full.
Yeah, and the backside is even crazy. Guys, tell me I don't need this. Please tell me.
Oh no, you gotta get this.
No, it's not. Ready?
You gotta get this.
If you're a Harley fan, this is must have.
I like Harley.
100%.
I love her though.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Look at this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I
know the ice is cold.
The Ferris wheel in the back does move.
Yeah, the Ferris wheel moves too. Motorized system.
Yep.
Look at that.
That is
crazy.
Oh no. Yeah,
Oh my god, this is awesome.
That is crazy.
Jump on it.
It's like a big gadget. It's like,
it's just like, it's neat. Like Alan said, if you're a Harley fan, this is the piece you have to get for sure.
Oh yeah. This is
incredible.
Yeah, it's outstanding what they
got
did.
the blinking.
Look at the backside right here. It's literally every story that she has.
Whoa.
Look at that. I saw this, I flipped. I was like,
what? That's
like, it's so dumb. I want to get it so bad.
I felt like a big kid. I was.
What's the price point on this?
It's $2,200.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, but there's a lot there.
Yes.
It's a lot. No, I would say if there's anything, it's worth the price. I think Todd has it at $2,500 total, like shipping and everything.
With shipping.
Yeah, with shipping. So
okay,
$2,500. It's a lot of money. 1.6. I know Jimmy always says like 1.6, but anime pieces.
I think it's huge.
It's like different, 1.6. I know it's not an anime piece.
That's going to be a couple boxes.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I'm so happy a company is doing like DC pieces or comic pieces like anime style. Like 1.6, like big bases, big elaborate things. Like
yeah.
I'm so happy because like I like 1/4, like comic pieces. But dude, like I've always said, like if the company did like 1.6, like big anime like type pieces for Batman or anything, like Superman, that'll be awesome. And they're doing it, so I'm happy.
No other company's going to touch doing something like that. So you should probably jump on it.
Stop.
That's statue of the week for me.
Yep. Payment plans.
It is true. Stop with the payment plans.
It's not many statues I could say is fun.
Yeah,
the thing is, if you lose,
and I can tell you the joy of payment plans with being a Hot Toys collector. Those things are payment plan. Yeah.
If it sells out and you don't get it, you're going to really be angry.
Todd does not have it on PO on his site right now, so I'm good.
He's going to.
Oh, yeah, it's not going out.
Yeah.
Well, and remember, Sume is gonna take like forever to ship, so you're good.
And Sume, yeah, for sure. Like Sume is
like 4 years.
Yeah,
2-3 years at least. The least.
Yep.
They take.
I could be dead by then. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to be the piece I want, the Sume Blackbeard piece. I'm about to be 2 years in about a month on that piece.
Wow.
It hasn't even like come out or anything.
Well, see, I would say Sume, they need to get a little bit faster. That's almost
I don't
ridiculous.
care because like their pieces come out as good as the production.
You know what? Because they have like minimum of 500 ES. Most of their anime is like 1,000 ES.
It's crazy, and what they're doing is like very like they're doing like crazy shit with their pieces. They're not just doing like basic museum. There's nothing wrong with museum pieces. I'm just saying like they're not doing like basic stuff. They're doing like very like high end dynamic pieces, and they're huge usually. Like that Harley piece is what 50 inches wide, 50 inches, 60 inches deep. I think. Not
That's
60
crazy.
Yep.
No, it's not 50. My bad. 20 inches wide. My bad. And like 30 inches deep, and then like 25 tall. Like so they're doing like very ambitious statues, which I appreciate so much. So
it'd be hard for me to choose that one though over that like third scale Harley Who Laughs though coming from Primal or something like something like that.
I love that one. Yeah.
So hey, listen,
I like that one too.
I'll say this: if you're a DC comic fan, this is a must for you. This is a must.
No, if you're like Alan said, if you're a Harley fan, easily must. If you're a DC fan, that's definitely should be on your list. Freddie has his like Santa bag list. That should be on your list right there.
Well, here's the deal: if they did Harley like that, the odds are they have another character in the planning stages of that type of.
No, Alan, did you ever see the Joker piece they did?
They have a Joker and Batman.
It's awesome.
That's a nice piece.
Awesome. That one moves too.
They have a Joker like it's a compliment to that Harley.
Yeah,
but it doesn't move and everthing like that.
No, not like this. Not even.
That's what I'm saying.
It's great though. It's not like that. No, that thing
is great.
They'll probably make a moving piece.
It's a little bit older
to go with that. So
it's like a year old, but at the same time, that Harley piece is a different breed for sure. They said they were going all out on the Harley. I don't know why they said it, but whoever did the design probably loved Harley way more than anybody else. But they said the Harley piece would be like their grail. That's what they said pretty much.
So I haven't been in a statue game that long, right? But I can't, unless somebody corrects me, I can't think of a statue piece that actually functions and moves to that level. And I'm like, the fact that it, to me, I think like again, if you're a fan of it, I think this is like this is good to have in the collection, man. It's just one of those fun pieces.
The closest I think it was that Way Studio. What is it? Grim with the 3-arm robot one.
Yeah, the Gibson.
That's like the moving like blades. That's the closest thing. That's not even half. Like it's a big piece for sure, though. But it's not like you're saying, Freddie. Like that piece still is
statue. It's like mechanical. It's moving.
What about that Optimus Primal?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yep.
The Optimus
You're
Primal.
Right. Yes.
But that one's like $2,500.
No, you're right. The chest moves in and out.
Yes, that was pretty cool.
That was awesome, actually. I would say, Marcos, go ahead and order it.
I agree. Yeah, you should.
I hate you guys.
Available. Yeah.
I love you guys, but I hate you guys at the same time.
But
you won't regret this piece, man.
Jimmy,
someone
question.
Go ahead.
Getting back to the Berserk stuff.
God damn it.
Did I hear this correct? That J&D is doing 2 different versions of Guts in silicone?
Yeah, I don't know if they're both in silicone, but I know there's going to be one that's more realistic style Guts, like, and then there's also going to be one that's based off like the manga, like the anime. So
no, what I'm guessing, I got it. So they're going to do probably the Berserk armor, like the black suit, everything. Right. I'm guessing them to do like the pre-war armor, where he's like, with the like basic, like kind of like back in the day armor. That's what I'm guessing they're probably gonna do right there. It's gonna be
the black swordsman arc.
Black swordsman, there we go. Black swordsman and the golden age arc. That's what it's gonna be. But what they're gonna do is probably gonna be the same sculpt, like same whole sculpt. It's just gonna be a different outfit. I bet you that's what they're gonna do.
I don't know. It was my understanding that one was more human looking, realistic, and the other one was going to be more manga. And I don't think they're gonna. If they're gonna do that, I don't think they're gonna cover up his head with armor.
Yeah, and I don't know if they do switch outs like that, or I'm sure they will have something.
No, it'll be 2 complete different statues up.
Yeah, I do know that. I didn't know if they're going to have any switch out for both of them. I am very interested to see what they're going to do. I know it's going to be extremely expensive.
It's gonna be.
But I do want to see what they're going to do. That's why I'm kind of like skeptical to try and get the Prime one because I want to see what J&D's going to do. But my God, to beat Prime 1 and Berserk is going to be extremely tough.
Did you see the pictures that came out of the Prime 1 Berserk, the Black Swordsman, 1/3?
The Prime 1?
People have it in hand right now.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say this. I don't know if it's pictures or not. Pictures are deceiving, obviously. They're not, professionally shot. The paint does look a little flat. And I'm pissed off about that.
Okay. Yeah, I did see some pictures. I was very impressed with some of the ones I did see.
Sure.
I'm not sure why, but I feel like when these first come out, like in overseas, they take pictures of these with a 1987 flip phone.
It's 100%.
I don't know why.
Yeah, and lousy lighting.
Polaroid pictures. I
have to say, I know you guys are excited for some of those Berserk, or maybe even this J&D. I just don't see. I know they're bigger, and I've seen some of the quarter scales and stuff, but I don't see how they're going to beat. I think just from an artistic perspective, those two 1/6 scale Berserk, like based off the manga image, was it Murata was the artist on it?
Yeah, Murata.
Yeah. Those where they have the long, like kind of like the face of Guts and Griffin. Those two things.
Amazing.
Yeah. I just don't, from an artistic perspective, those are two, I think, the two most beautiful Berserk statues I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Awesome. So as much as some of these other ones are going to be, the only one that anything that sort of looks like Berserk makes me go, why, is that Batman Berserk one. But those two 1/6 scales to me, they look like pieces of art.
Well, you have to get both of them. That's the thing. You have to get both of them.
But they're only $600, man.
They're expensive for 1/6. Like you don't get a big base with it either. It's like what you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a big 1/6. It's like a very slim 1/6, I would say.
But they got the big things behind them in the art, and I don't think they could fit those if they did.
It's so amazing because Kentaro Miura did it. Like he gave that idea to them, and it's amazing. Obviously, I don't know why like no one else did that, but like it's awesome looking. But yeah, it's the 1/6 scale, and then the price. That's the only thing I can see why people don't buy it. If that makes sense. But it looks amazing, like you said, though, Lane. Like it's awesome.
Well, I mean, to beat Prime 1 at Berserk, like I said, it's going to be very, very tough for any company to do that.
And they may be twice as much.
Yeah, I can see that.
What do you think about that 101 bus, though? I don't know if you said anything about it.
I like it. I do like it. I know I did a video trailer for a custom trailer, Photoshop for a custom group that's doing a Berserk 1/1 scale bust, and they're only teasing it right now, but it looked fantastic. So that could be another one you might want to consider before you make a purchase. So yeah, look, I love it. I think it's great. I love how you can switch out with the with the helmet. Looks fantastic. But I'm getting like 8 messages that are just posted the Iron Man.
That's the one you want, the gantry, right?
Yeah, the gantry. He has it. Actually, he has a prototype. I actually wanted to reach out to Ben and ask if he would consider sending that to me so I can review it. But I guess we'll see. And be like, who are you? I don't know. No, we're not doing that. But yeah, I mean, there's a few pieces right now that from Berserk that I've looked at by Prime 1 and Lane, the ones you're speaking of are I think those are just amazing.
I figured, Jimmy, you were just looking at that Slannon throw.
No, yeah, these. I love
which actually is probably, if this is actually supposed to be Slan on that throne, is literally the biggest throne that, in actuality of the licenses from, is the biggest throne they will have ever made ever. Because Slan is about 100 feet tall.
Wow,
she's a big, tall lady, succubus lady. When she actually manifests before. Like the reality has to be altered for her to actually manifest in her full body. So
it looks like her throne is actually made up of her wings.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I know what you Just some great pieces by Prime One, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next with that
week.
Berserk line.
Are they gonna have a sale, right? The Prime One.
Yeah, I won't give it free. I heard. What?
Who knows?
And next week they're supposed to be doing that Halloween whatever
Right.
reveal sale thing about Jake on the 27, 28.
I wouldn't be surprised if they showed something new. I wouldn't be surprised, but I guess we'll see what they end up doing. I have a feeling that the next Prime One Berserk piece that comes out will be another type of diorama.
No, it's gonna be that Batman versus fucking Batman.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll get like Bane Zod.
Yeah,
will be the next piece or something like that. Like they put on some Patera earrings.
I get it. Those are your two like most profitable IPs, but what are you doing? Like that makes no sense.
It's not something I would ever get, but still some great pieces. But I did want to bring this up. I did see this week, and it did catch my eye. Again, this company continues to just amaze me, and probably one of the most improved companies. One of the most improved companies in the last 5 years. PCS continues to bring the heat, and this is a Street Fighter 6 Guile. I know what the costume will look like. I already have an idea what the way they're going to have this, and they're going to have an iconic pose. I think him combing his hair. I think. Or looking at his watch, one or the other. I think they may have some switch outs with it. Me being a Street Fighter fan, and everybody knows that I am, this is going to be a fantastic piece. A lot of people ask me, man, you're so into Street Fighter, why don't you have any of the pieces? I did in the beginning, and then I sold them because the quality of PCS back in the day wasn't nearly what it is now. Not to mention, all my other strategies didn't match it. Like, it didn't match Street Fighter stuff. So I had to make more room for higher quality pieces, and that's what I ended up doing. But man, this is a great one. I know it's going to be fantastic, and this is going to be one of the lines coming up. I hope they make like a. I know Prime One is also dipping into Street Fighter 6, and I hope they do JP or they come out with a new Akuma. That would be amazing. But they haven't announced Akuma yet, but they will in season 2. So that's coming up.
Hey Jimmy, is this 1/2?
No, this is going to be a 1/4 scale. Mm-hmm.
That's weird. They have different scales.
No, 1/3. 1/3. I think it is 1/3. Yeah.
1/3.
Weird. Two still is 1/3.
Lane, can you confirm that? Is it 1/3?
I think it's supposed to be 1. I'm not 100% sure because I know their Darkstalkers line that they're doing on, which they put out the Morrigan so far. That's 1/3 scale. I have that on pre-order.
Yeah, I want to say this one here is.
I think it's 1/3.
I think it is. If it's not, it's either 1/3 or 1/4. I'll find out about it. But
I know Ant is already. I know Ant said the bus they put that Chun-Li, and I think Cammy is supposed to already be being worked on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of these other pieces, but I would like to see Cammy from Street Fighter 6 be done too in 1/4. That'd be amazing.
Which outfit?
The new one. I like the new one.
I hope it's the camel outfit.
I like the new one. The camel
Everybody wants they're gonna. I already asked Dan. Are you guys doing that's a silly question.
Nice.
Everybody wants her butt hanging out. I understand.
Yeah, man, that's the OG, man.
Yeah, that's the OG one. Whatever. But I really enjoy the new costume too.
The new suits, nice.
So she's going to be great either way. So she's going to be great.
Jimmy, do you like those? Or if you guys think, do you like the kind of Bad Girl Throne series that they're actually, they did the Lady Death, they got the Danger Thoris. Those throne pieces actually look pretty cool. Like they're not necessarily. I would necessarily go through. I may get the Danger Thoris because I had years ago that old Prime one, like on pre-order for like a year and a half, and it got delayed 3 times. So I just said I'm tired of waiting, and I canceled it. And then it sold out like a month later, and then I went, oops. So I might get that piece. I couldn't get the 3rd scale one because I went, nah, just a little too naked. But I think they're really good because I know they said they're going to do more Darkstalkers after Morrigan, like that's 1/3 scale, and that I've been bugging Ant for years. I think they, for their horror line, Like they're doing a half scale Michael Myers.
That'd be cool.
But I've been bugging them. They need to do a Kasha, Queen of the Damned, and he's not the only. He's like, I know. I'm trying to get that. So
if they did a 1/3 Dimitri of Vampire Savior, that'd be amazing. Or Darkstalkers, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So
Dimitri or Jeddah.
Yeah, Jeddah would be cool too. If you're not aware, Darkstalkers and Vampire Savior are the same game. It's just in Japan it's called Vampire Savior. Darkstalkers is in the States. But that would be amazing. That would be amazing. And my favorite character is Queen Bee. So if they'd make that, it would be an instant buy. I'd have to make it happen. Yeah. I'd have to figure it out. It's my favorite character.
I think what would be so cool if they did Pyron and had some kind of light up feature to the body, since he's like literally a giant living ball of flame. Or
that would be
Bishamon, although his head is popping out. The samurai ghost Oni is popping out. I think that's what's cool with PCS. We've got Queen, we've got J&D really for doing like the movie live action stuff. Prime One doing a lot of comic with some Blitzboy stuff that may or may not turn out cool. PCS is kind of doing different stuff, maybe gaming. That they're like for maybe some of the anime statues that a lot of us may not be buying as much, but in Asia they are. But they're doing some more stuff like that, so we're getting access to some of those characters and different things, which I think is cool what they're doing. I was wondering though, did any of you guys pre-order that endoskeleton?
I did.
No, but I love it.
I know.
Alan, I think you mentioned that.
I know Freddie wants to.
No, that Terminator bust got me tired.
I ordered the Terminator bust.
Okay.
And I want to put the Endo on one side of him and the T800 on the other.
I'll be so sweet.
Man, I'm just gonna live for you, Alan. You get them all on the man. I'll just
send me really detailed pictures and up close videos.
I have to sell some things to do this.
Okay.
I can't keep everything.
You know what? Just take some pictures, and I'm gonna take those pictures and put them on my wall.
No, but it's funny though because like Freddie can like go like a 20-minute drive.
Oh, I'm gonna swing by there one day. I'm gonna have to link up. I'll make it a point.
Whatever I want to have, I'm going to Alan's house.
I need that office tour.
Yeah. I really want to get that piece, but I know I just decided the price is too much. I can't do it. It's gonna be a little bit more than I can spend. But I was interested because we had a lot of build up for those pieces from the showcase, but I've not actually had a lot of people say that they're picking it up. Surprisingly,
I don't know. I went back and looked at the Prime One half scale Endo, and I'd have to get that on a secondary market, and it would be very expensive. But after looking at the two, I'm not real thrilled with the pose on that one.
Okay.
And I don't like the base on that one. The whole concept, I don't think, is as strong as the 1/3 from Prime One.
Okay.
I think that one nailed it.
Yeah.
And you can get the regular one, the cheapest version, and like that is the movie, like from the scene in Terminator 2. So that's the accurate one if you want to just get that. But I didn't mean to get us too off the rails. I just was interested because there was a lot of hype with, I think, of all that Terminator line. I actually think that's the one people were most excited for with that endoskeleton, because there's a lot of representations in different scale and size for the T800 Arnold. And the obviously we just had that bust and movement parts and all that other stuff. But for an endoskeleton, the what's underneath the Terminator and stuff, we have, I think that's what was the big one for that line. But I'm just interested because I think there was a lot of build up for that. But I think the pricing for it may have just scared away a lot of people, or at least order from Prime One, especially because of it's only going to be $850 by the time it comes out in 2025 to ship it to you.
Well, man, there's so many great pieces coming, and Alan, I didn't even know you ordered the endoskeleton. So I mean, I heard some people were talking about getting multiple, but man, it's so expensive. How would you get multiple of those?
That's before they knew the price.
Okay, that makes sense.
Where it's a minimum $1,700.
Oh yeah, I want to put two. I want 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, okay.
No way you can army build
those. Do you have a third kidney to sell, Alan? That'll take care of everything.
That's kind of how it would be, man. It's just so expensive. And
I'd be happy to get one.
Not including Iron Mans and life-size busts and, thrones of giant 100-foot tall naked, succubuses and stuff to have to worry about buying.
But the crazy thing is, there was somebody out there who was going to get two. You're going to see it.
Oh,
in
yeah.
the collection.
Yeah, that would be
You will
awesome.
see it.
Yeah, but the only throne piece that I'm looking at is that new Joker one that they have in that shown by Prime One. I want to see what they're going to do with that. It looked pretty interesting.
What are you talking about? Throne piece, the comic version, or what?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Was that the Chaos one?
What's that?
Was that Carnival of Chaos Joker?
Yeah, that one.
Like
I want to see,
like with the other Harley.
Yeah, I want to see what it's going to look like. But I'm gonna wait a little while, before I pull any more trigger on any other DC pieces. But it's because I'm still trying to figure out what to do and what's best right now.
Yeah.
Mark 50 threw a wrench and everything, so it kind of like, it being damaged and not being, everything just kind of, I gotta figure things out. But
I think you made the right choice in sending it back.
Yeah, thank you. It's just later down the line, it's just not as valuable as one that was in perfect shape.
Everything is so hard to sell right now.
Yeah.
If it's in perfect condition.
Yeah,
if you've got something that's damaged, forget it.
Yeah.
Like Jason's selling grails right now, and he can't get he's getting like fucking the least amount you can get for it. So like shit.
He's selling crazy good stuff right now.
Great stuff.
Yeah, he is.
If you're looking for Shockwave, guys, he's selling Shockwave for Shockwave right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, people right now just can't sell shit. Like, it's crazy too, because like I feel bad for him because like not just him, but other people too. I'm like, oh, that's a great piece. I would love that, but it's not my collection, obviously. But like, I can't get a like on that shit. I'm like, god damn, dude, like shit. It's just selling.
I'm actually offering payment plans.
Yeah.
In the Facebook groups for 2 or 3 of the pieces, and I still can't sell them.
I think before I sold all my stuff, I offered a few payment plans that worked out really well, and I got to sell things. This is I think I've said this before, but when I sold my pieces, 2 months later, the statue stock just boom and just plummeted.
You got lucky, man.
Yeah, I did. I really did.
We've talked about it too. Like you got lucky, so dude, like because like you sold everything, right? Pretty much.
I sold that. I sold that LL Silver Surfer for $4,000 by itself.
Wow. I just sold one statue that was I finally sold. I had a poison PCS, which I probably should have offered it to Jimmy first.
Well,
I had my first, probably the second or third time I've ever done a meet up somebody.
Okay.
And the guy he was really trying to offer me. It was a $635 statue beforehand.
Yeah.
And he tried to offer me $300 for it.
No
way.
And so I ended up agreeing, saying, "Hey, will you take $400?" I was finally willing because I just haven't been able to. I've been trying for 3 or 4 months to sell it with no.
Wow. Okay.
And it's been waitlisted since before it came out in the whole shebang. I got mine through my LCS. So he agreed to meet. So we went and I drove like an hour and 5 minutes or something like that to deliver it. He showed up, and then he showed up with $100 less than we had originally agreed.
That's not cool.
I was deliver it too, man.
Yeah, and so we agreeing to I sold it for like $370. I just he's like, well, I got $30 for my gas. And I was like, well, I'll tell you
I think I would have broken one of the arms off of it and said, here you go.
Yeah, I was not super happy. So I said, okay, I'll take it for this amount. And I sold it because I wasn't going to come all the way back. And I just.
But I think he knew that. That's the problem. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, that's terrible.
It happens. I mean, at the end of the day, so I mean, I actually have one statue that I decided that I wasn't I was just decided I wasn't going to try and sell it at all. And with another channel I'm on regularly, we're going to be giving it away actually for the holiday season, premium format. So if everybody's might be looking out, we'll be advertising, I think, probably next month. premium format that was displayed for like a month, and then I moved. It's never been out of the box.
Wow.
But that's how tough it is. So I'm not surprised, Alan, you're having a lot of trouble with that. But that is, I didn't mean to diatribe too much on that, but that was the worst direct meetup that I had someone show up with $100 less, and I showed him, no, this is what we talked about. I had to show him, pulling him up on my conversation on my phone, like on Facebook. And
I don't really like to meet up. I've had a bad experience with that too in the beginning when I first started. I don't prefer to do that. And I'm very clear when I sell things. I haven't had to sell anything in a long time, but here's a great example. The LL Surfer I sold it for $4,000, and that was, with shipping and everything. Now I saw one online the other day, $1,200.
Ooh, jeez. Oh, Jimmy, I should mention that same guy then asked me actually a couple of days later. He said, "Oh, hey, I saw you have J&D Harley. Would you be willing to sell me that?"
No, I wouldn't. Sorry.
I said no. Man. I said no, and then
yeah. I'm sure not. Sorry, I can't help you anymore. We're good here, guys. That's all I bought for tonight. Do you guys have anything else?
Got a lot. Me?
Hey, okay. What do you got for us, Freddie?
First, the touch on that Guile. I saw it had 2 sculpts. I'm wondering with that Guile if they're gonna do him in an action pose, a dynamic pose, because it'd be cool if they actually did him with his him doing a sonic boom with his arms crossed. But
they've had one like that before, so I don't know if they'll do that or not.
Okay. Because I always
did show something else.
Because I always think showing them with their abilities, man, with Street Fighter to me is always the way to go.
Okay.
So that'd be cool if they did that. So
I did see some other. What did they show? I thought they did.
And I know they branched out more. I think there's 2 more pieces for their 110 line. Which is cool. Was Cammy in that one? I think Cammy was in that one.
Cammy, which is put out with she just came out as part of that.
She looked good. And I'm like, whoever's collecting that whole line, and I think Mafia said he was collecting, but I know there's like 1 or 2 people who I think is going on that line. I'm like, it's a great line to do. And I'm glad he's actually gonna complete that whole thing. And I think for that scale, it's really good.
So here's Gal Street Fighter 6 costume, and I can't say I'm a fan of this base by any means. I'm not a fan. But
the bases for their things have never been fantastic for PCS. But
I agree.
But that helps keep the price down maybe on some of the bases a little bit for how much it might be sometimes.
I think you're right, Lane. I think you're right, because this is. I mean, can't get any more straightforward than that.
What you think about the pose?
And the pose is iconic because this is Gal's win pose.
I know.
Yeah, so and looking at his watch is definitely something from the game, and I can really appreciate that. What I don't like is when they do. I hate to say it like this. I don't want to disappoint anybody, but I don't like. Street Fighter represented in comic base to where they build off of a comic and not off the actual video game. And I am just not a fan of that at all, because a lot of their art does not come from what I feel that is Street Fighter, because if anybody knows this franchise, it's me 1000%. I've been playing since I was 14 years old, so this is one of my favorite games of all time, and I know pretty much everything about it. So and I don't feel like it does the character or the statue justice in that manner. And I'm sorry if I hurt people's feelings with that. But
well, that's like Akuma at 1/2. That's based off like that weird, because his pose to me is weird with the bringing 2 hands together, because that's based off of Udon Studio. Like it's basically become the Street Fighter art. Whatever thing, because that's primarily what they do now.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it was from that, but but I know what you mean. You're exactly right. It is from that. And
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But I just don't want to offend anybody. That's all. But look, if you're getting it, congratulations. It's fantastic. It's just not for me personally. okay, it's just not for me. And I look forward to seeing what they do in the future because this is what's awesome about Ant. He listens to the community.
That is true.
He loves like the 90 95, vibe of that's when he that's when he kind of grew up, I guess. That's kind of what he likes, and that's awesome. And he has really good taste. And and he's going to have some great pieces coming up in the future, and some of the pieces he's putting out now are just fantastic. So I wish him well with this line and everything he does because he does such a great job. He does.
That Celine, man, I'm really interested to see how that Celine from Underworld is going to look when it actually gets made up and everything. Because I know that he's saying they're hopefully going to do her and like some of the Lycans. And Marcus. I was like, just give me her and Marcus, man, and I'll be happy. I was a big fan of the first two. After that, we started going a little. I mean, a little off the rails, a little bit. Like her, Marcus, and Victor. If they did those three characters, I would probably.
That'd be so amazing.
Yeah, if they could do him like in Final Battle where he's wearing his jacket and the like whole long jacket and everything. But
dude, that'd be cool.
Street, because I'm a fan of Street. I've owned some of the other Street Fighters. My first third scale ever was the Cammy in the Killer Bee. But I sold that a couple years ago. But I'm really interested to see what they're going to Street Fighter 6. The only thing I worry for the Street Fighter 6 line is if some of the newer characters like Kimberly and stuff, if they do some of those might have a hard time selling because I know like what was the girl from 5? Minette? Yeah. The kind of like harem looking girl one and stuff who was like Rose's student.
Right.
I think her statues have had a hard time selling, both the Felicia costume version of her
sure.
and
I
the
think
bikini
that,
one.
Yeah, I think that the problem with some of them are, in my opinion only, is that the costume they chose and the character they chose. If you want to sell Street Fighter, I feel like an iconic pose, right, and the right character is the way to go. It just is. I can appreciate he branches out a little bit. Hey, let's do this character. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. But from a sales aspect, I think you're going to sell more if you go with some of the more popular characters right now.
You did Chun-Li in the bikini, the different version.
Yeah.
So, super fast. Now they're doing the powerlifting one, which I was a little bit like, I think that'd be cool, but I looked at it and I'm like, I would go for this. Like if I'm like, and Guile's not my favorite character. If you put me my foot to the fire, am I gonna buy a Cammy that's in a action or sexy pose in her camo outfit, or am I gonna buy this Guile? Yeah, I'm gonna buy Cammy over that. But if it's gonna be her trying to power lift up, like the Chun-Li artwork, I'm gonna buy the Guile because it's like they might do his alternate outfit, like which will be his classic outfit. I would buy that because that's more iconic thing to me, and not like if you're trying to sell it later, even trying to sell from a specific line versus more like this one, like even this one or something. If 2 years from now, Street Fighter 6 is still one of the most popular Street Fighters of all time, then you're going to have an easier time with that too. That's something you have to think about sometimes too, a little bit. You think I'm never going to sell a piece until the point where you got to sell the piece or decide to sell the piece or change something. So that can play a little bit of a part when you're deciding maybe what you're going to buy too.
Yeah, and I wish I could partner with some of these companies, especially with Street Fighter. I know I can help guide them on a really good pose, the right character. I guess that's kind of maybe in a fantasy world, but if they would ask me, I could definitely help them. I think to put their best foot forward and sell, a really great statue. But I know Prime One is working on this right now, and they are working on Luke. I'm about 99% sure it's Luke and another one. So we'll see what they end up doing. But I'm saying Luke because when they teased the trailer, they had him boxing in the background. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of the characters.
Let me ask if you guys just to the panel here I know not all do Marvel and stuff, but if this is for PCS, since they've been kind of the final company we've been talking about, we know what a lot of Prime One and all those other ones do. But PCS to me is the more over the next few years, seeing what they do and can they maintain that quality and stuff. I do think maybe they need to slow down just the company is a little bit. They seem to be putting out like almost a piece a week kind of thing. Yeah. Sometimes I wish Prime 1 would slow down just a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if they were able to do I don't know how the license will work or something, but if they were able to do, because they've done some of the video games, but if somehow they were able to get an X-Men 97 like license specifically for the animated version where they could do like a line of statues based off the animated X-Men, like from X-Men 97 or the old 90s. You guys think that would be a one that could be like, and now I'm sure Prime 1 or somebody else or Sideshow probably going to do something like that. Mm-hmm. But if they could get that from like the new show or something like that, do you think that could be a popular series for them to do?
I think
like
so.
Somehow they could get X-Men 97, like those look and style would be the basis.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would sell. Yeah, I think it would do well.
X-Men 97 would sell for sure.
Yeah, I think it would sell.
That's why I would say I think probably more likely Sideshow or somebody's gonna end up doing something like that. But PCS, I think like if they did a quarter scale line or something, like could be really successful with that. I think with how they do color, I think they do bright colors, other stuff with their statues really, really well. So the way the over the top, very bright costumes and stuff of that era, I think they would do a killer job with those versions of the X-Men.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Lane, especially with that particular franchise, and I think it would do really well. I think it would. As far as who would do it, I think PCS would do a great job. Mm-hmm. I think PCS would really nail that. Will they do it? I don't know. But I know they got a lot of licenses and they're working on a lot of different things. So
yeah,
they surprise me every week with something great. It's like they do such a great job now. And is really moving mountains over there, man. Congratulations.
For sure.
Yep. Great. Yeah, congratulations on that. Freddie, what else did you have, man?
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the things that caught my eye recently, and I was actually, this is one of the ones. It's a bust, and this was again, I'm trying to stay in my lane, but this bust, when it first came out, I was like put off by it, and I was like, but now I can see that they made improvements on it.
Okay.
The Daenerys Infinity Studios bust. I saw that and I was like, oh man, they actually did work on it. And I'm like, it looks really good now.
It looks great.
And it looks beautiful.
It does look good.
I was like, don't do it, Freddie.
The best about it.
Yeah, just do it, Freddie.
Can we just put her up on the screen? She's beautiful, man. I was like,
which one? Sorry. Go ahead.
Infinity Studios, Daenerys. They actually showed it in, I think it was either Wonderfest or the Bangkok.
No, it's like Wonderfest Bangkok. That's what it is.
There's a fest going on in Bangkok. I don't remember what the name of the fest is, but I think Infinity Studios either has it up or I think Art has pictures up. But yeah, so I saw that and I was like, it came out really good, and I was just like, it's a beautiful piece. And I mean, I know some of us like really love Game of Thrones, and I know that, a lot of people talk about the last 2 seasons. We all know, but to be the last season or 2 doesn't bring down a whole entire, 8, 9 seasons of Game of Thrones. And I'm just like, I think this is beautiful. Well, I mean, I know the hair, obviously, like you said, like, they move it around and stuff like that. So I know the hair's a little bit.
Oh yeah, Freddie, you have to have it. Definitely.
The concept,
artistically, that's a gorgeous piece.
Yes. Yeah. So I just thought it was really nice. The concept, with her baby dragons and just what it represents, man. Because
definitive Khaleesi.
What?
It's your definitive Khaleesi.
I'm safe from this. It was just something that I was like, I would, if like say like Sideshow, like, because I know they've done it before, like with Superman stuff, and it's just like, hey, here's 40-50% off or something crazy, free shipping, or way down the line. I'm like, yeah, sure, maybe. Then I'd do it. But no, like I said, it caught my eye, man. I was like, this is beautiful. And I think now I could look at it and say, okay, this is more closer to Daenerys Targaryen than it was before. Which what they had before, I was like, I don't know who that was.
But they tease the Khaleesi, right?
For who? What company? Yeah, that's why I said too. Like I know I'm safe from this because I collect 1/6, and the fact that I know I'll have a Game of Thrones piece or something in my collection, which in art I trust, and I'm like, I know they'll do a Jon Snow next. So I'm like, I'm good with that, because I do want something Game of Thrones like in my collection. It wasn't going to be a line of busts, but yeah, I just, like I said, that one caught my eye because I was shocked that they revealed it and they actually did listen to the people and said that it actually needed some work, and they actually did it. Oh, look at that piece.
Here you go, Alan.
That's the 1/3.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I can't wait.
It looks great.
Freddie, just hit the blinker, man.
That's right, Freddie.
Hit the blinker. And
if you see me go missing for months, it's like I haven't seen Freddie in the community for like 3-4 months.
Jimmy, that battle damage, man. That battle damage is crazy.
Hey, Freddie, you're going to have the paramedics on speed dial.
Dude, Jimmy, I just have to say, man, those. What would you say? Just here's the thing that went up. This is just for Queen. From stuff we've seen from them, I know, leaving out our bias and stuff, what has probably been like, I know we were talking maybe like just, I don't know, back at the end of the summer, like, is Queen doomed? Because we haven't heard from them and everything for a bit here. Now, they still might be having some problems we don't know about or anything.
Sure.
Like that. And this is their push to try and get pre-orders and some money in the coffers. We don't know that, obviously, what their financial state is. But going from the stuff, if we go up, hey, we're getting some stuff and we're getting some information finally. What would you say was the piece? And it's not even one necessarily that you're getting, but what piece probably would you say is the one you just went, wow? For me, it was that Terminator buzz. I knew there was zero chance I was going to get that Terminator.
Yeah,
it's like no way.
There was no. It was the only thing was that Prime One endoskeleton. Like that to me, that was if I was getting a Terminator piece. That's it. Like that's the thing I look at. But I was so impressed with that Arnold T2 bust. Like, despite all the cool stuff.
There's 3 pieces that stick out to me from Queen. And probably this order. So in 3rd place has to be Queen's Hulkbuster. When that came out, I just couldn't believe how great it was. That's one of the pieces that I thought that was just fantastic from them. And then secondly, Mark 1 is the best Iron Man piece you can possibly get, half scale. I think it is. And look, people don't like Mark 1. Some people don't, so it's not for you. But for me, it's like the number 1 Iron Man for me, half scale. And then I have to agree with you. Number 1 has to be the Terminator bust because there's nothing that comes close to that. Not that I've seen for Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the representation of Terminator, the backdrop it has, the presence of it. The likeness is 95% or better in my opinion, and it's literally the best representation of Terminator you can possibly get. I think it is. But that's my opinion.
I agree. 100%.
Yeah, Alan, 3 pieces for you for Queen. What do you think?
Terminator bust. Number 1 for me.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I like the life-size Bale bust.
Yeah, it's a good one.
With no arms.
Even though there's no arms on it.
Same, I like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, it's something that takes up less space too. If you care about the head sculpt, the primary thing you're worried about with it, that thing's going to take it's still going to take up space, but it's going to take up way less than the Infinity bust, like way less. So,
and as far as the wow factor, that life-size Bale, I've never seen anything better.
Yeah.
Oh, with the entire
I could never afford that, but
42K, baby.
No thanks.
Jump change.
So
Let's all throw together, and then
That's-
we can like rotate it around.
Yeah.
That's doctor money.
Yeah.
I'm not even getting to that.
That's Mike money.
Exactly.
Even the 13,000 for the life size.
Yeah, it's
way out of my league, but it's the best one I've seen.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. There's some pieces that are kind of slipping my mind, but right now, but for me, the ones that stand out are those. And Freddie, I know what your number one is, but what about number 2 and number 3, man?
What's my number one?
Well, I'm gonna have to take a stab at it. It's got to be Terminator's number 1.
It is.
Okay.
Dude, what, man? When I saw that, I literally had flashbacks and like memories of like my childhood. Like when I seen it, just overall, like literally the flashes of like the feelings and the joy of like that movie, the franchise, and me as a kid when I saw it, and even when I watch it now, it's just like it hit. Like if you could get that off of like a piece that you have in your collection. I know we have a bunch of pieces in our collections that's like, oh, I want that's good, this is nice, it's cool. But there are those pieces where when you look at it, you get that like feeling, you know, those memories and stuff like that. That's what that piece did to me. Just like what Alan was just like, I have to. It's just like no way.
Well, the art direction on that is unbelievable.
Great. I mean, even Lane, there's like a 1/6 figure on the back. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I was literally looking at that. Like I said, I knew it was. I saw it, and I'm not a bus. I don't got a place to put bus. But I was just picturing in my head like him pump handling, starting to shoot like at the big truck with the T1000 point for them and everything. But I've seen that on his shoulder. Like,
all it needed was the box of roses.
Oh. But we can always still put that. You can still play around with. That's what I love about things like that. Yeah, like which is.
I'm thinking about getting a couple of fake ones to lay in front of it.
Yes, yeah. See, and I'm like, just the creativity, man. I'm like, because even when I saw it, I thought to myself too. I was like, I could put like a 1/6 Sarah Connor like in the back by it with, you know, hopefully like a John. I was like, man, like you said, like you could play around with these things, you know, which is incredible because it has the 1/6 figure, and then you have like I don't think that Arnold's 1/6, probably more like a 110 or something like that. But you have all these dynamics, and you could play around with it. You could add, you know, an endoskeleton arm. You could, But anyway,
and I gotta go. I have some.
I share your message. All right, Marcos. Thanks, man.
See you, Marcos.
With you, man.
We're gonna talk to you guys more, but you know, have a good time, man.
All right, see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you, Marcos.
Yeah, so that one's definitely one. 2 for me. It's I would have to say 2 for me would be the oh man, it's a close one. I don't have it. I kind of feel like with Lane with this one. I was like, but I might get it, but I don't know when.
I really say, Freddie, watch out for Michael there because he looks like he's about to crown you on the back of your head.
I know he's like.
Sorry, since I've been seeing that the whole time here, I've just been thinking like I'm just waiting for him to wind up and to bring you.
You're not wrong. He keeps me in line. He's just like, man, you better be careful what you're saying.
Well, no, because see, you were just saying with the Terminator, you're gonna have the Terminator bus pre-ordered, then you're gonna have the Prime 1 3rd scale, and then you're gonna like be searching for like the old hot toy like T800 DX12 or 8 or whatever it was to be able to put all around him, and then your wife is going to be chasing you with the shotgun.
Yeah, you're not lying. But I really like the Queen Studios bust of Superman. I really like that one. I believe it or not, I'm a huge Superman fan. He's like my number one. So that. I was like, I really want that. Eventually, I think I will. I'm probably going to wait till it goes on sale somewhere, like a 30, 40%.
But
good luck with that.
That 3rd scale Superman, the black suit Superman that Queen is doing, I've actually considered getting the regular version because I actually like the sculpted hair fine for that one. For $1,100, like Spec Vision's like $1,155 for a 3rd scale of that. I know I prefer red and blue. Like that's the suit I would prefer. But for that price, the only option for that is like, well, J&D that's like going to be $3,000 or something. Where I'm just, you know, you look and go, Well, it's about almost as good, maybe, and it's a third of the price. It's like, same size basically.
That piece is nice, man. Because actually, there's like a couple people I know try to enable me to to get that piece, and I'm like, no,
I never
man.
try and do anything like that. I save that for Jimmy.
But yeah, that's a good piece. That's something I'd actually consider to get, since I am in the 1/3 rabbit hole. I'm picking and choosing my pieces. And
get the queen, man. Get the queen Iron Man 1/3.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. My number one, which probably won't be on a lot of people's list, but it's my favorite because this is my favorite villain of all time, is the Queen Studios 1/3 Joker, Rooted, with him jail cell scene, the sitting.
I love that one.
Oh, okay.
Love that.
That's my number one. That was actually my first 1/3 piece.
I wish I had it.
And like I said, he's my favorite villain of all time. And I saw, when I first saw that, it was at New York Comic Con, I think 2017, when they were when Queen Studios was actually there. And they actually brought the prototype. I think it was Queen Studios. And they brought the prototype there. I know for a fact because I actually have the pictures in my photo catalog, because I was walking around taking pictures, and I seen it. Again, it was a prototype, so it was a little bit wonky with the hair and all that stuff. But I seen it, I was like, what is this? I was like, who makes this? I thought it was beautiful. And like I said, I got hit with those feelings, and I was like, I got to get this piece. And I pre-ordered, I got it. So that one is my number one piece, Queen Studios.
Okay.
Yeah.
Melvin, what do you think? What is your top three pieces by Queen? They're all behind you, I guess. Oh, not all of them. But
Same with Alan though. The Arnold, the Bale, and actually the 1-to-1 Iron Spider. I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's some great ones.
Cool.
Those some great ones. And Melvin, I know you're getting Are you still getting the Transformers bust, the Optimus Prime one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Man, you're gonna have to get a bigger room. I don't know. Those things are huge, man.
Oh yeah, it's huge. So I don't know yet where I'm gonna put him, but probably it's gonna be where the Green Block is right now. So it's gonna be. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah. You're one of those collectors. Like, when he gets here, I'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it.
Once I see the 3 boxes, I'll figure out where they're going to go, even if it's like, putting a tarp over them outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. Well, we're on that 2 hour and 32 minute mark. So I think we can cut it here, guys. Listen, thank you for everyone for coming on tonight and hanging out with us. Lane, I know it was last minute, man, but thanks for coming. Melvin, thanks for being here. And Freddie, you always have my back, man. I appreciate that every time. Marcos is a drop of the hat. No matter what he's doing, he'll be on. And of course, Alan Kiefer, our newest member. I'm glad you're starting to become a regular, and that's the way I want it. So,
well, thank you. No, I enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah, this is great, man. Thanks for coming on with us or whatever. So, until next time, I do plan on streaming next weekend, but maybe we'll do a pop-up stream this week, depending how things go. I haven't been able to do those because work's been insane. But until next time, I'll see you then, and stay godlike. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
See you guys.